On Earth, the year is 2896. The best thing to be said about the year, on Earth, is how easily 2896 rolls off the tongue. But our story isn't about Earth. Our story isn't even in the same galaxy as Earth. Not even close. Our story began on a ship in the far reaches of space, in a cluster of galaxies that you have never heard of before. Somewhere in that cluster was a Class II starship sailing out amongst the asteroids, all thick alloy plates and lightly crooked engines. Aboard that ship, we found our faithful crew. Halifax Dewitt, the ace pilot, VaTze, the brilliant scientist, Talon, the crafty engineer, Halcyon Hulsen, the invaluable medic, and of course, Freya, the crew's captain and fearless leader. Freya also has her own crew she has been traveling with since before the primary crew came along. Merrick, her second-in-command, Gammon, the ship's muscle, Hugo, a researcher, and VaTze, who lives within the ship's systems themselves. As humans, we often think of ourselves as the pioneers of space travel, but that's only because until we were ready, the real pioneers of space travel left humans alone. As such, the crew of the Freya consists of a diverse assortment of species, most of whom are very far from human. The Radiant are a race of androgynous, warfaring people, whose skin is varied shades of metallic colors. The Radiant have battle in their blood, and aside from shading of their skin, are nearly identical, indistinguishable from one another. So, they scar their own bodies to give themselves identifying features. Gammon, the ship's muscle, is a Radiant. The Kelsara are a race of incredibly diverse people that are typically only a few feet tall, and have many bug-like qualities. On their home planet, they must convince predators they're too dangerous to eat, and therefore, they are covered in colorful carapaces and long, functionally useless horns. They prefer to be farther from trouble, and handle their problems cleverly and diplomatically. Hugo, the researcher who works under Freya, is a Kelsara with a colorful grasshopper aesthetic. Humans are humans as we know them, but that comes with caveats. Humans weren't expected to become major players in the game of space travel, so they had to use underhanded tactics to take it by storm. Just as humans you may know, they are ambitious and sometimes brutally dangerous to get what they want. Not all humans are like this, but the most famous became warlords or revolutionaries, renegades, criminals, and clawed their way to a position of power. As such, humans get a bad reputation that their ancestors have earned them. Some crews won't hire a human onto their ship because they believe it to be bad luck. Merrick Fuller, Freya's first-in-command, is a human. The Torvani are a race of semi-aquatic creatures. While they can't breathe underwater, they can hold their breath for tremendous amounts of time and are built for survival, as they were on the bottom of the food chain on their own water-dominated planet. A species of prey more than predator, the Torvani have fish-like eyes on the sides of their heads, pale blue skin, and a sleek form adept at moving quickly more than withstanding large amounts of physical force. Science Officer Rowe is of the Torvani people. The Malleus are a race of beings that were built to travel the stars long before technology allowed it. Their skin is covered in thick armor-like plating, jet black and able to absorb energy from light and heat. They can survive in absolute zero temperatures by entering a sort of cryosleep, which great amounts of heat awakens them from. As such, they have no need to eat or breathe and have no nose or mouth. Most modern Malleus have lost some of their natural biological abilities as space travel developed, evolving into something more fit for travel within starships. Now, they wear complicated neural masks that translate their thoughts into sound, allowing them to communicate with the other races. That said, they still have their old sign languages that let them speak secretly to one another if they wish. Halifax the pilot and Halcyon the medic are both Malleus, and can often be seen exchanging furtive messages, usually of annoyance at the incompetence of others. The Calasti are a mysterious creature that look, and often act, exactly like cats. The primary difference is that they are highly intelligent and capable of speech, and they can manipulate gravity at a personal level, allowing them to operate machinery and mechanisms, but also to walk on walls and ceilings. However, they can only control gravity if gravity is present. In zero-G situations, they become nothing more than talking cats. Talon, the ship's engineer, is a Calasti. And finally, the Lorens. The Lorens were the first civilization to reach space, and as such, the most widely spread amongst the stars. you'd be hard-pressed to find a planet that's part of intergalactic civilization that doesn't have at least a small amount of Lurans present. Lurans are built similarly to humans, but they have purple skin, and their eyes have a natural glowing radiance to them, as if they were destined for the stars. Our fearless captain, Freya Lark, is half Luran and half human. The only core race not represented on Freya's crew are the Cyoxi. Cyoxi outgrew their weak physical forms long ago, uploaded themselves into computer chips, and grew themselves incredibly powerful biocybernetic bodies. They're typically identifiable because they are bigger and stronger, and have physical features that are outlandish compared to the other core races. That said, these chemically perfected bodies take an immense amount of power to keep functioning, meaning Cyoxi either sleep very long hours or eat incredible amounts of food. And of course, destroying a Cyoxi's microchip will kill them. VaTze is not a Cyoxi, but a race of creature nobody seems to have heard of. He manifests as a cloud of plasma, but can move freely into electronic systems that aren't too heavily protected, allowing him to function as a voice for the ship, among other things. When our crew's journey began, they were immediately faced with a mystery that as of yet remains unsolved. The Freya answered the distress call for a giant warship, seemingly unoccupied. When they arrived and scanned it, its systems hummed to life, and it opened fire on the Freya. They escaped by the skin of their teeth with a badly damaged ship to an uncharted world. Since then, the crew has had numerous adventures, escaping that world with a new ally in the form of an alien being, getting into trouble on a planet that is new to the spacefaring game, and, most recently, having Captain Freya Lark arrested by United Multiverse, an organization dedicated to equality and peacekeeping throughout the verse. With some help from allies made on the planet, careful strategy, and a little bit of luck, the crew of the Freya mounted a jailbreak for their fearless leader. Before her name could even be processed in the UM system, she was free, and the crew was making a hasty escape with only a few loose ends left behind. First and foremost, their adversary for the duration of the jailbreak, Captain Esvana, understood when she was defeated. She lost the battle, but isn't giving up on the war. She knows their faces, and has located one of the crew, the medic, Halcyon Hulsen, in their records already. She may not be able to pursue now, but the crew has every reason to believe she will appear later. Also, a less competent United Multiverse agent, Officer Barsk, attempted to bring down the Freya during the escape. This forced the crew into a hasty wild jump, which, fortunately, did not end as poorly as their first wild jump experience. The crew, however, has barely had a chance to find their footing and see where their wild jump landed them when they realized there was some unexpected company on board. During the escape, another prisoner, seemingly cross with Freya for the damaging of his lucky deck of cards, stowed away on the Freya while nobody was looking. Silas, as he introduced himself, is Amalius, who has now escaped the UM holding facility along with the crew of the Freya, and no further discussion has come of that just yet. And so, we find our crew in the far reaches of uncharted space, still with a delivery of medical supplies to make, and running low on funds. What new adventures await them out in the stars? Let's find out. Welcome back to Tales from an Infinite Verse.
And we're in? I think we got it in one this time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tales from Infinite Verse. I am your Game Master, Josh. You may notice we are missing one of our crew today. Our fearless leader, Freya Lark, has some Father's Day activities to take care of. So Aaron will not be among us. I will be taking over Freya as an NPC for the day. But otherwise, the gang's all here. We are all ready to get started. We just have a few little housekeeping things to cover before we do. Y'all just heard the recap, so I'm not going to do another one of those, except for a very short one for these guys who weren't hearing the recap. I really should start doing this with you guys while the recap's playing for the audience.
I mean,
Hey,
maybe you guys will remind me of something I missed.
2020.
I don't want to talk about that number anymore.
Okay.
So, quick housekeeping things. Originally, we were supposed to level up at the end of the last session, but we've done some talking, and we've done some work, and we've done some tweaking. And the benefit of having the creator of the game on this is we can shoot down his ideas. Specifically, a lot of we discussed a lot of the playtesting you've done, Sean, has been like short form, like one-offs, right?
Yes.
Which has worked well, but for our long-form campaign, we're finding our characters are getting way too strong, way too fast. So we are doubling the amount of time it takes to level up, starting retroactively now, meaning what would have been a just barely leveled up is now not quite leveling up yet. So no new skills, no new level up to cover this week. We are going to lengthen that. If you were here 2 weeks ago, you saw us do some alpha testing for Uncharted Worlds 2. We won't be using any of that stuff yet, but slowly I do want to start incorporating bits and pieces of that into this game because, gosh, there's some cool stuff in there. Cool, and I think that's pretty much all the housekeeping stuff I have. Other than this, if you know of people who are usually hanging out who would enjoy this and aren't here, go grab them. Bring them over here. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. I really got to get a Discord for this game. I'm going to make that this week. That's going to happen. But okay. Yeah, spread the word. We'd love to have people here. It's a great way to spend Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I think we're going to dive...
Happy Father's Day, Sean.
Happy Father's Day to Sean, who's spending his Father's Day right here with us.
Don't call him out like that. Why would you do that?
I did all the Father's Day stuff around lunchtime because I knew that we had something in the evening. So
now it's done. The day is done.
The day is done. The kiddo has had his bath. He's gone to bed already. We're all good. It's fine.
Where we left off, where would you all be? So we're in a wild. We just wild jumped. Literally just wild jumped to escape. And it didn't go terribly, unlike your first wild jump of the campaign. Meaning you haven't had a chance to figure out where you landed yet, but it's not going to be somewhere awful with something awful happening.
Allegedly.
So, allegedly, hopefully. However, I do need to know where on the ship everybody would be, because you have an unwanted passenger, and I need to know who is in the immediate vicinity at the time that's happening. Obviously, Halifax, you're at the helm.
Yeah.
You're flying the ship. The captain is there with you.
Yes.
Talon, I assume you're down in engineering, yes?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. And my medic and science officer, where would you be when the ship is traveling?
For this trip specifically,
Wasn't one of you hurt?
Yeah, Hal would be looking over Gammon in the med bay, because that's where they are.
Gammon is in the process of healing. They're coming along well, but... so you're in the med bay.
I think that actually Ro would probably just be in the quarters area relaxing.
Okay. Terrific. So
this would be his time off.
Love that. Right after escaping prison, right after a wild jump, time to rest. You come out of the wild jump, which means the only people actually on the bridge right now are the captain, who, for the sake of making this not be a scene where I roleplay with myself, I'm going to say the only person who had a severe negative effect was an immediate, just something in the depths of space just lost consciousness for the sake of this specific scene. So I'm not role-playing everybody in this scene. So Farah collapses in her chair. This has happened to her once or twice before. She'll come out of it in 15-20 minutes tops.
While jumping does just not agree with her.
Not since the last time.
No.
And meanwhile, I would say Merrick is probably there as well, because I'll have one NPC there. It makes sense for first in command to be there. And you're there, Halifax, and now there is this Malleus, who you had not met, I believe.
No, I haven't.
So as this Malleus appears, kind of shady-looking character on your ship, and is basically said, "So, where are we?" Merrick is going to immediately draw a gun on him. No hesitation. Halifax, what are you going to do here?
I think it'd be along the lines of
All right, hey, calm down. Who are you? Why are you on our ship?
I'm calm. Quick thing, L. Your voice mod is working, but it's a little quiet. If there's a way to bump the volume, That'd be great.
Yes, I can do that.
Lovely. He goes, I'm calm. Your guy has a gun pointed at me. If you could call off your dog, I would be just super grateful for that. Merrick moves a little closer to Farah just to kind of like get in the way and just sort of like shakes her. She's not waking up yet.
Motherfucker.
And he goes, I'm a friend of the captain's. We met while mutually escaping that holding facility. Her orders were not to slow her down, so I came right to the ship. Now I'm here.
And your name?
Silas. Sorry about that. I expected her to do the introductions, but she doesn't seem to be doing too well.
No, she's not. What were you in prison for, exactly?
Kind of a rude first question to ask when you've just met, wouldn't you say? But, if you must know, since I am at a bit of a disadvantage here...
Yes, you are. I would suggest you answer.
I'm actually going to have you roll. I'm going to have you roll plus influence at this point. This is we haven't done this in a while, but this is going to be assessment using the influence stat. You are trying to gain information through talking to someone who does not want to disclose that information.
5.
Excellent start.
I have a -1 in influence. Okay, I'm kind of nah.
You did just get advantage if you would like to use that.
Oh shit! Sure.
Right now you just got that. So go ahead and rethrow that lowest die. Why don't you?
Oh please, yes. Better. 7.
Thank you, Ash, for turning that failure into a mixed success. You just love to see it. I think given the situation of this, you have him at a disadvantage. You have no way of knowing if the information he's giving you is true or not, but he does seem willing to acquiesce to what you're asking for. So he is going to continue and say, if you must know then, I happen to do a little bit of, shall we say, one-sided bartering with someone who is a little less than willing to acquiesce with my specific terms of agreement. But considering that you're not some sort of 2-bit swindling space trader, I'm sure that we'll get along just fine.
And how long are you going to be staying with us?
Oh, ideally as little time as possible. The sooner you can put me down in some civilized society, the happier I'll be.
Great, so... Do you know what wild jumping is?
I'm aware of the concept, yes. I've done it quite a few times.
So, in case you didn't know, we just wild jumped, and it's a situation where we don't know where we are yet. So if you give me like 5 minutes, I'll be sure to tell you.
Sounds great. Goes and sits down in one of the empty chairs in the helm, makes himself comfortable.
God, what a piece of shit.
Merrick is, at this point, been kind of like going quietly on comms to let everybody else on the ship know that there is someone on board. At this point, Gavin's head down for the count. Just kidding. Gavin was going to come running in. I think at this point, then Telemachus is going to make his way in, and he's going to sort of pass Telemachus off, pass Farah off to Telemachus to bring her down to the med bay just to get recovered until she's recovered from this wild jump. But he doesn't want you to be alone on the bridge with Silas right now. But I'm gonna. Before we discover exactly where we are, I'm going to cut away to Talon. Talon, the ship has just come out of Wild Jump. You don't know anything's happening yet. You get the comms. You get the everyone, we have a passenger, unwanted. I think it's someone that, just confirm that. Someone who escaped with Farah, unknown threat level right now, but Halifax is handling it. You hear that on comms. Before you have a chance to respond, Talon, there is what sounds like a power surge kind of from elsewhere in the engine room. It's small, but something sounds like it just blew.
I would like to find out what that was.
Sure thing. You make your way to where the sound was, and you see there's someone else on the ship who is not supposed to be there. This person is not quite like anyone you've seen before. They're wearing an almost Power Ranger style Sentai suit, bit of a black and gray kind of look going on. It covers them entirely. You can't tell what their species is. You can't tell anything about them. The only tell of anything you have is a very kind of like sleek figure with electric blue hair that tumbles down like out of the helmet and like over one shoulder a little bit. And as soon as you round the corner, she flips a coin to you.
Will catch, quote unquote, catch the coin.
The coin hovers in front of you as you catch it. There is an interwoven Celtic knot symbol on the front of that coin. And she goes, Talon, it's a pleasure to meet you. You don't know me, but I do need a favor from you. I trust that's all right?
Sure. What is it that you need?
Wonderful.
What is your name first?
I can't tell you that yet. I promise I will tell you the next time we meet. And we will meet again. I need two things, really. Firstly, I need you to give me that coin back the next time you see me. Is that all right?
Of course.
Wonderful. And second, I need to get into your ship's computer systems.
How would I know how to do that? I mean, I know I would, but what is the best way that I can think of?
I mean, you're in engineering. You can do like one of your back door. You have a computer kit, don't you? Or was that Rogue?
Yeah, I would assume. I have an engineer kit.
You might need to go get a computer kit from Rogue to do that, unless you want to go like up to the.
I have a computer built into my suit.
Fair enough. Okay. You can
a CPU, a connected CPU.
As much as I would love for you to have to explain this to someone else. Okay, so are you going to do that for her?
Yes.
Terrific. Thank you so much. You get her in, and she uploads a file onto your computer. She goes, that's for the captain. Just let her know when you get a chance. Next time you see her, just let her know there's a file waiting for her on the computer. And it's been a pleasure. She is going to take a step back to where she was. There's another kind of crackling power surge, and she vanishes from the ship.
All right, not going to lie, that was really fucking cool. I will put away the coin.
Okay.
Did I get a sense that I wasn't supposed to read the file?
She didn't tell you not to. She said it was for the captain, but you do what you want.
I'm gonna read the file.
Okay. The file has an attachment, and it has text. The text says, I know this is confusing now, you'll understand soon. The attachment is 10 creds.
Okay. And then I will close the file. If I can make it seem like it hasn't been opened yet, or if there's any like
red receipts.
Yeah, basically. I will mark it unread again.
Mark it unread. I was just about to say.
I think it's probably fine. I don't think I need a roll for you to. That's like some basic hacker shit. So you should be fine there. Okay, cool, done. So let's cut to the med bay. Actually, really quick before I cut to the med bay, Ro. After hearing this information from Merrick, that you have an unwanted visitor on the ship, would you do anything or go anywhere specifically?
So, I'm imagining Ro is just basically going over, his usual readings, at which point he will sigh, put away his readings, get all of his stuff back together again and start putting his environmental suit on, because chances are there's about to be a crisis, so putting on a crisis suit is an important part.
Seems fair.
So he's just like, and just muttering to himself, can't get 5 minutes to myself. Just 5 minutes of non-crisis. But he does have his stunner. He pulls the stunner out of the charger, because from last episode it had I had used up the full charge.
Correct. Yes, you have had time to do that.
So I pull it off, and it's like, showing me at like 73% or whatever. But
sure, yeah. Functional, but not ideal.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
I'm imagining this kind of really nice dock, But anyway, and yeah, so he's not going anywhere, but he's ready for whatever emergency will invariably crop up.
Perfect. Okay, so that is going to, then I am going to come back to the med bay. I just wanted to see if you were going to be there when we got there. You receive that information, Halcyon, and what's your immediate reaction? Because Gammon is like, huh? Do I got a gun? Do I got to do a gun?
Gammon, shh. I need you to keep this bed from moving. And you're doing a great job with what you're doing right now, so I need you to keep doing what you're doing right now. Can you do that for me?
I'm starting to think that you just want me to lie here.
And I was about to say, and I'm saying this as I'm just doing a few straps around his hands, around their hands, around their arms and around their waist and legs.
Hey,
Gammon,
that's a cool bracelet.
Yes. It's a cool bracelet, and you get 2 of them.
Just so morphined up right now.
Yep, you're doing a great job, Gammon.
Telemachus is going to roll into the med bay carrying the captain.
Oh, again? Okay.
Wild jump feint, the usual.
Yep. That bed over there is fine.
Got it.
I'll get her propped up and comfortable.
Vexius.
Everything okay up there?
Unclear. Kind of a shady-looking Malleus character, but it seems like Halifax and Merrick have it under control.
Okay. I guess I'll wait here then.
Okay. Great. Sorry, quick question. Just to answer in chat, because I'm suddenly doubting, because it seems like it's been going too smooth technically. Is the voice mod working in the chat? Just let me know. Thanks. Great. So sets the captain down. And I would now like to go back up to Halifax. So let's see where we're at and what we're doing. Halifax, you, Merrick, and Silas are on the deck of the ship together. You get a little ping notification that a file has been uploaded onto the ship. Because it has.
And I, seeing this guy and him saying his shit. Could I use one of my moves and make a deduction about this guy, or no?
Sure, of course you can.
Hell yeah. So, for people that don't know what the move is, deduction. When you first witness a situation, you must ask one of the following questions, and the GM will answer honestly. Who or what is most vulnerable in this situation, is most dangerous in this situation, or caused this situation? I'm going to say, in this situation, who was the most vulnerable? Because I want to make sure this guy doesn't have any tricks up his sleeve. He seems hella sus. I don't want him taking over the ship.
Absolutely. Totally fair question. You are on a ship of fairly competent people. That said, you don't really know what he's capable of. What's up, bro?
Did you say barely or fairly?
Fairly.
Fairly.
You're on this ship with a bunch of complete dimwits. A bunch of real numbskulls on this ship.
Either was totally fair. I was like, you're on a ship of barely competent people. Like, yeah, get it right.
Merrick can take care of himself.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the core crew can take care of themselves very well. You would say, honestly, the most vulnerable right now are everyone in the med bay. If you needed to do any sort of if he were to turn on you guys and need to get leverage, there's now 2 either unconscious or incapacitated people in the med bay who he could very easily hold hostage. So keeping him out of there would be pivotal. He doesn't seem to want to move right now, but that's what I would say Gammon and Freya for the moment.
Noted. All right.
Okay. So other than that, you have some time to take stock of where you are. This is not a roll. This is just something you can do as a pilot. You take a quick glance at your charts and out the window and everything. You are back in uncharted space, which means you're off the beaten pathways, off the regular jump lanes, and exploring new territory. This is a good thing and a bad thing. It's bad because uncertain, but it's good because that usually yields things that you can get paid for, new discoveries, and also keeps you out of sight from people who might be looking for you. So, bunch of pros to outweigh the cons right now. But a quick look shows you that you are not terribly far. You could, if you want to go without jumping, you can make it most of the way to the space station you're trying to get to. You know, the one that you've been trying to deliver medical supplies to since the beginning of the game. You could make it there with relative ease. You might get a little tight for fuel, but you should be able to just kind of straight shot there. Your wild jump was not bad. As long as you can find like any sort of like outpost or station to like refuel a little bit on the way, you should be just fine.
Okay. And where is the station at? Like what I
Sector?
guess. Yeah.
You have not left the Opal sector since the beginning of the game. Sectors are immensely huge. They span many galaxies.
At least we're still in the same sector.
Yes, you have not jumped to a different sector. That would have been start a new life.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what's the course? Where are we going?
Well, good news, bad news. Don't know where we are. This is new territory. Good news for us is we're close to a station where we had a
shipment
to deliver items to at a nearby sector. It's not nearby. I'll be cutting it close with gas. But it's good places I need to start.
Merrick is going to kind of come over and go, you literally don't have to talk to him. You don't have to answer his questions. He has no authority here. I mean, I'm grateful for knowing that information, but you don't...
Can I just talk out loud? Can I do that, please?
Yeah, of course. Can you... No, you shut up. You... Yes, you can talk out loud. I just want to make sure that we aren't telling him things the captain wouldn't want him knowing.
Where else are we going to go? I'm not going to go anywhere new. The last time we went anywhere new, we almost got our asses kicked. And the ship destroyed.
Fair. I'll grant you that.
There's only one way that I preferably would like to go. So... Should we wait for the captain or no?
I think the captain has made it clear that in situations like this, the captain wanted us to leave her at that outpost. She didn't even want us to come out to rescue, so I'm pretty sure flying to the correct destination it would be her call. I'm not trying to be condescending here.
Are you kidding me, actually?
Oh, she asked us to, yeah. Of course we didn't acquiesce.
Alright, okay. Well...
There's maybe one captain between the two of us, like if you combine our powers, in that I am by like rights and you by talent, probably. So yeah, go ahead and let's chart a course to wherever it is we're going.
I hit everything.
And gonna just turn off the neuromask. Totally done.
Can I just say, love this dynamic.
Get a sharp turn to look back at him.
Silas flicks off his neural mask.
Could have just real quick.
Do you give him a rude gesture in Marius?
Oh my god! I didn't even think of that. Just like it would be in the sign. It'd be shut up or I put you in shackles.
I don't think the sign language is quite that descriptive, but the message gets across. Yes. And he just gives you um,
Gonna just plot a course.
Great.
How long is it? Is it considered close quarters by how the distance is?
If you are flying directly from here to where you're going with no stops, yes. That said, typically one of the benefits of, again, uncharted territory is that you can find new places, stop at places, get off at planets, there's ways to do things. So I'm not going to make you roll for close quarters just yet. We'll see how the journey goes.
I'm asking because I have a move about a long voyage. Is this like it says when you plan a long voyage. So is this considered like a long voyage? Or...
Why don't you go ahead and give me the move and let's see if anything would apply to this trip.
Navigation! Mm-hmm. When you plan a long voyage, choose one. The voyage will be fast, a shortcut.
Okay.
Safe, choose a faction to avoid. Pleasant, +2 to cramped quarters.
Okay.
Profitable, you deliver the passengers who are asking for passage.
Well, that actually, a couple of those could hypothetically apply. So I'm going to go ahead and rule one off your list. You wouldn't be able to, and also don't need to, avoid a faction. In uncharted space, there's not really a good way to do that. So I'm going to strike that one from the list. But otherwise, go ahead, pick one. Absolutely.
Let's go with... Just in case we have to do cramped quarters, I will say that it will be a pleasant journey because
you never know. You never know when you need a pleasant journey. So on that, you set a course and you start moving. Business on the ship returns to somewhat usual. Does anyone, before Farah wakes up, and she will any minute, does anyone have anything they would like to do as business starts to return to usual? Yes. Go ahead, Halcyon.
I would like to do a move that I have not done yet.
Ooh, boy. Moves.
Chemistry. When creating an antidote, vaccine, drug, poison, or pathogen in a lab, state the effect you want it to have and its method of transmission. I have roll plus expertise, but I think we changed this to intellect.
Yes, expertise is mechanical now.
Okay. On a 10 plus, you successfully create it. On a 7 through 9, it will have reduced potency or unforeseen side effects.
All right, what do you want to make?
I would like to make a sedative.
Phenomenal.
And load it into the syringe in my arm kit.
Incredible, yes. Absolutely. Go ahead and give me that roll.
All right. Brand new dice.
Ooh. Christen those bad boys.
Literally their first roll outside when I dumped out of the pouch.
No pressure.
Okay. That's a 12.
We love to see it. All right, you make yourself a sedative. With a 12, I'm going to say go ahead and you get to choose... give me the exact specifics of this thing. How long does it last? What is its intended purpose? I assume this is meant for, combat, is why you have it so close.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, I would say it's designed to just completely render somebody catatonic for, I would say for 6 to 8 hours, depending on body size and et cetera, et cetera.
So this will take some time. It doesn't happen immediately. This is while you fly. But over the course of the hour, you effectively mix some chemicals together and create an elephant tranquilizer. Got it.
Yeah, basically.
Fantastic. Cool. Before you are done that work, sorry, anyone else? Yeah, Ro. You're muted.
Of course I am. Ro is basically going to, after nothing happens and nothing explodes, his door will eventually open, stick his head out from either side, and will basically just go on, I guess, a walkabout on the ship.
Sure.
And just say hi to everyone. Make sure that nobody is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah.
That there are no gaping holes in where there should be certain sections of the ship. I don't know.
Yeah, you swing by. Everything seems to be in order. Swing to the med bay. swing by engineering, I assume.
Yes.
If you guys want to have a quick moment, you may have a quick moment. If not, we can gloss over this.
Unless Talon has anything to say specifically to Ro, just like, hey, is everything good over here?
Everything is fine down here. We had a bit of a power surge when we came out the wild jump, but I fixed it up pretty easily.
All right, well.
Nothing suspicious here.
Yeah, nothing. And I guess I would end up on the bridge, at which point I would be like, who's this?
Yes. Hi, I'm Silas. Pleasure to meet you. Call me Cargo. I'm just along for the ride.
Stowaway?
And I thought Cargo was demeaning.
Hey, stowaway implies that you have a choice.
Well, look at that. Someone's actually being friendly. Just booked passage with your captain.
I didn't say it was the correct choice. I just said it was a choice.
Well, my alternative would be to stay in that holding cell until they set me somewhere a little more permanent. So I think it was the correct choice for me.
I turned to sorry, I was going to say turn to Elle, but
Halifax.
What's up?
I turned to Halifax. I'm like, are you cool with this?
Meanwhile, just like still over like the main controls, but it's like he's like hunched forward in his chair, and like he's just vigorously just like scratching like the lower part of his neck, just like a very kind of like a very anxious tick that doesn't come out very often, and he just looks very tired and done with everything, and just kind of like lifts his head to look over. His neuromask is off. He's just staring.
Yes, the completely blank-faced look of rage. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I get this. That's okay. I'm good with this. So I'm going to put my hand on this guy's shoulder and very friendly say, I think that you're making our pilots slightly nervous. They have to plot a lot of stuff, and how about you and we head down to the crew quarters, we can see what we have available. You must be hungry, or at least in need of some sort of sustenance.
No.
Really?
He goes, not hungry, but flattered. Let's go. Stands up, goes to follow you, bro. Merrick is going to immediately goes, I'm gonna tag along.
Absolutely.
I do not. Halifax, you have the bridge. He walks after.
just like neuromask off, but he's just screaming internally.
Has no mouth, must scream.
Oh boy. Do you think some Malleus, instead of screaming, just play feedback?
Probably.
No,
that'd be so fun.
I'm sure that like raw Malleus swearing sounds like a dial-up modem.
I was gonna say that without a neural mask, like just the room just gets colder and colder and colder as they absorb
Yep.
more and more heat
Yeah.
and pure
I mean, that
rage.
is true. If there's now 3 Malleus in this ship, it's gonna get cold in here. For any potential new listeners, Malleus absorb light and heat. They don't eat. They don't have mouths or noses. Alright, so Silas and Merrick are going to follow you, Ro. Almost as soon as you're gone out of one door, Farah stomps in the other one, and just looks around kind of, where is he?
Sorry. It's like he felt fine, just like, okay, yes, finally space. Like actual like alone. And then Captain comes just stomping in, and it's like another like tense again, and going to just turn on the neuromask.
Ro invited him to eat.
So is Ro alone with him? Okay. I don't want to deal with him. Where are we going? Just comes over and looks at your star chart instead.
We are headed to our location where we should have dropped off our cargo by now.
Okay, great. I don't know why you're giving me the attitude. I am also exasperated by the same thing you are.
Are you? Are you actually?
Yes?
Alright, well, I'm just gonna put this on autopilot. I'm going into my room.
Okay.
Neuromask off. Set the autopilot. Just turn and just leave.
I don't even need a roll for cramped quarters. You're all doing it by yourselves. That said, let's row. Let's do this.
Are we talking cramped quarters here?
Yeah, actually, let's have everybody roll cramped quarters. We have not done this in like mid session before, but I think it is key given right now, especially because we have some NPCs on board this might be relevant to. So everyone go ahead and make a cramped quarters roll.
With a +2, I believe.
With a +2, yes. +2 on your cramped quarters. I may not do all of the scenes right now, or I may, we'll see, but we're going to feel it out.
That's a 5.
A 5, you say?
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes.
We got an 8 over there with Halifax. How's everyone else doing? So you have a +2. You have a +2 though, so that makes it a 7.
I do.
Everyone does.
Everyone does.
Okay.
It's with
Okay, so
the
it's
move. Yeah.
And Halcyon.
6.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did everyone fail but Talon?
With a +2. No, so Talon and Halifax both succeeded, both got a mixed thanks to that +2. That's insane. I mean, get him out of the way now, I guess. Let's review this, because we haven't really talked about this much, because last time we just did it in scenes. Who has a quick access to what each of these things means?
I can in a moment.
Usually I have my book on hand, and I actually don't have it next to me tonight, so I'm relying on you guys for this one. This is the second time we've done this.
Got it.
All right, fine.
All right.
Oh, no, Dan's got it.
Right, good.
Cramped quarters. When you've been trapped in cramped quarters with the same people for a significant amount of time, a leg of an interstellar journey, etc., choose a character trapped here with you and roll a 2d6.
Oh, we're supposed to choose first.
Yeah,
That's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Nobody ever chooses first. That's why I rewrote it anyway.
Oh, fair enough.
On a 10+,
You heard it here first, folks.
Literally.
On a 10+, describe how the two of you.
Oh, we don't need to
bonded
worry
over
about
the past
that.
Few days. On a 7 to 9, reveal/discover the answer to their question about an aspect of yourself or your past. On a 6-, describe what caused the newest hurt feelings or bad blood between you. I have a feeling I know what mine might be.
Well, I will now allow all of you to choose your person, but I am going to handle my failures first, so we can at least go on an upswing after that.
Hey!
So, Dan, if you said you have a feeling you know who it is already, so who would you like this to be with?
Gammon.
All right. So we're gonna do some time passing here. Again, you've got enough fuel to get there, but it's still a many-day journey at minimum. So you're doing this for a bit, and Gammon is recovering well. Yeah, please.
Can I interject?
Please.
I feel that since I'm doing this super sedative, I feel like I'm trying to dial in the dosage on Gammon.
Okay.
It's
You
convenient.
mad scientist motherfucker.
It's convenient.
So here's how this is going to shake out. At first, it doesn't actually make a big deal, and you're used to this. Gammon's pretty easygoing. You've literally been next to Gammon as they've been gutted and not bat an eyelash. So you're like, it's fine. You do a non-lethal but a dangerous overdose that takes him out for a full day. You underdose. There's a lot of discomfort, and the whole time Gammon's loopy and smiling through it. It isn't until after the fact that you start to pick up on any sort of negative feelings. And it's actually like a day after you stopped all these experiments, and you are sort of like doing like a regular checkup on Gammon, that you notice that Gammon, who's recovering incredibly well in spite of your terrible maledictions, is looking a little bit kind of dour and kind of quiet, which is incredibly unlike them.
Hey, Gammon, how's it going? You're recovering quite well.
Yeah. No, it's good. Can like lift my arms and stuff now.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Yeah, no, that is significant recovery. Looks like probably in another day or so, you should be able to be up and taking short walks around the ship.
Yeah, no, I mean, Radiant, we're like, our battles in our blood, we heal real fast, so that's like expected.
Yeah, no, I know. It's honestly amazing. You're a little quieter than usual. Everything okay?
No, I mean, yeah, I'm healing and everything. I'm just like, I feel like you're like, and I know I got like literally shot several times.
Yes.
I feel like you're kind of babying me. Here's like, I get it. I'm real brash, and I like climbing and fighting and shooting and exploring, and I don't always think things through, and that's on me. I do this to myself. I get that. But like, I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid.
I know you're not stupid.
I don't know.
Let me put it to you this way. We have the time to let you do a nice, easy, at your pace recovery, and there's no rush yet.
Yeah, but it's not, you don't get it. You treat wounds because you're a doctor. That's what you do. But everybody needs different treatment.
I know.
Maybe I'm just overthinking it. It felt like I was recovering slower than I usually do, but like, I don't heal the same way. What's good for you isn't good for me. I heal by being out there. I heal. My mind suffers more than my body. I want to go. I want to thrive, and I feel like
Gammon. I know. Okay, I know. You're not the first, Lurin. Right, Lurin.
Radiant.
You're not the first Radiant I've worked on. I've worked on Radiance.
I'm not even talking about biology. I'm talking about.
Gammon, it's my fault. Okay.
What do you mean?
Just go. It's my fault you're in here. I know it's something that you would have done anyway, but I picked you to follow me, and then I charged in, and
Gammon, who has been obviously a little dour, but has not, like, you've never seen Gammon sad, which is definitely kind of causing some distress, but you've certainly never seen Gammon genuinely angry. For someone who loves combat, Gammon is like giddy all the time when push comes to shove. Usually when other people are mad, Gammon's thrilled. So when Gammon stands up from the medical table, you've never felt anyone look down on you quite as hard as you do right now. And he says, Hal, you don't get to carry that. You don't get to carry that guilt as if somehow anybody else would have done something different. You don't get to decide what wasn't okay with me. I made the decision, whether you were there or not. You don't get to take that from me. They walk away.
Not trying to take it from you.
They did not hear that.
Son.
I know.
Oh, God!
All right. Well, that was our first failure.
I'm not swinging.
Ro?
Ash Rider, I wish I had popcorn too.
Oh, yeah, the chat's loving this. We're here for the drama.
I would say that After making sure that that our new person is now under guard in the closest thing that we have to a brig, which is our mess hall, which is, I mean, like we're all trapped here anyway, right? Like,
sure, yeah.
After making sure that he's comfortable, at least.
I'm just gonna say you are welcome to choose him if you want. It'll be a different kind of consequence, but he's an option.
No. I'm actually going to go back up to the bridge where everything is on autopilot, so we just got stars passing by.
Mm-hmm.
And without directly looking at her, sit down next to Farah, next to, like, on one of the side chairs, next to the captain's chair, and just say to the void, so we still haven't gotten anywhere near any of the Institute yet.
I know.
In fact, it would seem that we're at least on the right course again. It's been a bit of a detour.
I told you guys to go. You could have gone anywhere.
That's a good point. And we did go anywhere. We went exactly where we chose. It just so happened that you were at the end of that particular detour.
We need to finish this drop. We are flat broke. We are running out of creds. We're running out of fuel. We are really struggling to stay afloat right now. We need to finish this job and be done so we don't have any more enemies following us than we already do. And then I promise we will get to your institute. This has to come first.
He swings the chair around and just says, I accept that promise. However, I've been doing a little bit of thinking. And you keep talking about enemies. And I don't think that you're talking about the ones that we made rescuing you. And the ones that we made that forced us to need you to rescue. Basically, I think that you're talking about longer-term enemies, which you still haven't warned me about. Now I'm the kind of person who likes to prepare. I like to look at things from a lot of different angles. And I like to have a contingency set up in case things go wrong. That's why I almost always wear my hazard suit, just in case of explosive decompression. It's one of the hazards of space. A lot of you walk around in slacks, which is weird to me, but you do you. That said, if you do not tell me what the danger is, I cannot prepare for it. And if I'm not prepared for it, I cannot help. I am not a fast, strong, explosive person who can just act in the moment. I need to use this, because this is my weak muscle.
Farah is going to stand up and say, we are going through uncharted space where we could not be safer from my personal bullshit to drop off our supplies. And then we are going to your institute. And if you would like to continue to harass me about what is or isn't your business as a part of my life, you are welcome to do so. But we can re-examine our agreement when we get to the institute if you're going to stay on this ship or not. I need you to trust me. And if you can't do that, that is not my problem.
Roll kind of looks kind of sad. He also gets up, and I'm sure. Actually, I'm not sure what the height difference is, but I'm pretty sure that he's probably smaller and scrawnier than she is.
Sure.
He just looks at him and just says, "I do trust you, and I respect you, and I really, really wish that it was in any way mutual." And he just walks off.
Someone make sure. We may need a retcon. That was a fail, which is a perfectly presented fail. Yep. I do feel a little weird doing that without Aaron here. So if we need to redo that scene at some point, I'm happy to. But I'm also happy to let them see it and see if that seemed accurate. It felt like a failure to me.
Yeah.
All right, terrific.
Pretty accurate.
And now we have some mixed successes, which means we get to learn some fun information without burning any more bridges.
Yes.
So let's go to Hal, save Talon for last. Hal, who would you like to learn information about or share information with?
I was thinking about it, and I think I want to learn more about Malik, I think. Merrick. That's what it is. Merrick.
Yeah, dog. So, It is you've been on this autopilot for almost a week now. You've been traveling. Merrick's been pretty tight-lipped. You know how he gets when he's worried about something. He loses a lot of his suaveness and really focuses on the problem. But Silas has been chill. He has someone else guarding him right now. You've got cameras on him. Yeah, Ro, what's up?
I just wanted to point out that you choose someone and they ask you a question about your history, not the reverse.
Yeah. So
just wanted to make sure that was
that's fair. It might wind up being mutual anyway.
Right.
Just given the nature of the scene. But wonderful. So I think it is something of a time where Silas has been temporarily relocated somewhere else so that people can eat in the mess hall. And you have decided to just go hang out with Merrick because, hanging out with Merrick. Merrick is getting a bit antsy, so he is currently... You approach Merrick and find out that his pupils are huge right now.
Oh boy. All right.
And he just goes, "Hey, Hal, what's up?"
Not much. Is he taken or?
Only by you, dude. Do you want to drink? Shit, no, you can't. How does that work? He points at your mask. Where does that, do you grow those?
No, we don't. We usually were either provided them or there's someone that makes them. They don't grow
and he's gonna deactivate it and then unhook it from where his ear holes would be and take it off. Jazz hands.
Can I see?
Hesitant, but holds it out.
Just looking around at it. It's wild. The tech is so widespread. I've never met a Malleus who didn't have one of these. But it's super advanced. This is Starship shit.
Grabby hands.
So where'd you get
back on.
Where'd you get yours?
They were issued to me by my employers. United Multiverse. They do that to some.
Fuck.
Yeah. They give it to. Usually, anyway, if there's certain areas or planets that are less fortunate or don't have the tech for it, they usually they give them to people who need it. This is way more advanced than what they would get, but yeah.
So is that you? You came from kind of a rough spot?
I wouldn't say. I was kind of born into the United Multiverse. My parents are, I guess, workers is a loose term.
Gotcha. Yeah. My parents were No. My dad was shit. Mom was fine. She just had to keep it together for both of us, you know?
Are you all right?
Yeah, no, I'm great. I feel awesome. I'm really glad we're having this talk. I feel like I can really trust you, you know? Puts a hand on your shoulder a little too firmly.
Jump oh god. Just gonna peer over and look at the table There's a drink there, right?
There is not.
Is there anything on the table that looks slightly suspicious?
You have not seen this happen before, but you can pick up the fact that there's a little pouch on him with a little bit of a pink glitter on the edge. He's on geodust right now.
Oh,
God. He's high, basically.
Oh, jeez. whatever helps him cope,
How much of that stuff do we have left is the question.
That's a good question.
We used to have a few bricks of it, didn't we?
I believe you just have the one brick.
Okay, we have the one brick of it, alright.
You'll have to talk to him about how much you have left. But he just goes, and he goes, I just feel like everything in this universe is like trying to fuck you up, And no one really talks about that. But like, we've all got it. We've all got shit like...
Mental estimation of how much of the brick is left is slowly dropping.
We've all got shit. I've got shit. The captain's got shit.
Yes.
No one's here because life is easy. So I'm just like trying to figure out what makes everyone's life so hard,
Unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
He looks very uncomfortable right now. He's not used to Varric being at all this, chummy with him, so he is vastly uncomfortable with what's happening right now.
Merrick is going to say, so, my, circumstance is that I have never had anyone in my life that I could trust with the entirety of my being. Not one time. Even if I like someone or love someone really deeply, I can't trust them. Not all the way. What's yours?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
What? The what?
What's the question? I'm not following.
Nor am I. I lost the question too. Do you want some?
How?
Oh, there's all sorts of ways.
No, I didn't ask. It's, you know what? I am glad that you are enjoying yourself, Varric, because, someone has you on this God's forsaken ship. So, I'm just going to say, good talk.
Yeah, it was.
You'll find people that you care about at some point, I guess. And I am very uncomfortable, so I am going to leave.
I'm gonna go write a book. All right. Talon.
So
I don't know what was learned there, but we had some talk.
So I'm not sure who I want to have a scene with, so I'm going to roll for it.
Ooh.
1, it'll be Halifax. 2, it'll be Ro. 3, it'll be Halcyon. 4, it'll be an NPC. 4, it'll be Captain Farah. 5, it'll be an NPC. 6, you get to choose, Josh.
Ooh, boy.
That's 6.
6, so I choose? Cool.
Yes.
Cool. I am going to say, let's see, the part of me wants to say Hugo, because we've really learned nothing about him.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do Hugo. Yeah, let's lean into that impulse. We don't know Hugo yet. Hugo's very introspective. I think actually probably around the same time as this scene with Halifax is Halifax America is happening. Hugo's going to come down into the engine room. I think he kind of knocks a little awkwardly. This little bug guy just sort of... hi, hello?
Hello, Hugo. What brings you here?
Mostly discomfort. I was in the med bay, but Halcyon was like really sad, and I was uncomfortable there. And so I figured I would go to my quarters, but my quarters are currently being used to hold Silas because the mess hall is being used for regular reasons. And I went to the mess hall, and everyone there was very uncomfortable. And I went to the bridge, and the captain's mad. So now I'm here. Please tell me that you're okay.
I'm fine.
Thank God.
I'm in great mood.
Goes over and sits down on not on something he shouldn't, but on something close to something he shouldn't be touching. Oh my God! Immediately gets back up. Kind of his little grasshopper legs carrying him elsewhere. I'm just gonna stand right here. What's new? How are you?
Nothing is new since I'm. Obviously, we are in uncharted space, so that is new. I'm fine.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, better now. I don't deal well with, social things, situations. I prefer to work with numbers and science.
That's why I stay down here.
This is great. I'm so sorry. If I'm disturbing you, I can...
No, I was just doing some diagnostics.
Well, fair enough then. If you don't mind me asking, how is it that you came to be an engineer? It feels like engineering's an immensely difficult task to learn, and based on my studies, Calasti don't live longer than normal cats, do they?
Not in particular, no.
That's a lot of learning very quickly. What got you into this?
Though we do have 9 lives, so, I mean...
Okay, I've actually been... Wait, scratch my other question. Is that true?
Of course it is true.
Just kind of like trying to read you with his big bug eyes and just nothing. I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Would I joke about something like that?
Yes.
Fair.
Okay, back to the first question then. How'd you get into engineering?
I was taught at a very young age.
Taught?
I had to learn when I was but a kid.
God, I'm sorry. I'm trying to imagine the visual of... Was it another Calasti teaching you?
No.
Okay, that's even... Who was it? I need to visualize this. This is very important to me. Just a physical description's fine. I don't want to pry. Is that fine? Oh my God, is that not fine?
It's a bit of a touchy... My owner?
Calasti have free will. You're not...
Yes.
I'm picturing now this, old cat lady in a house full of Calasti with a big, book on astrophysics and with a kitten in her lap, this point at, highlighting things.
Not entirely off, but off how homely the situation was.
Okay, so it felt very homely in my imagination of it.
It was not homely.
I'm so sorry.
It was not exactly my choice.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm very uncomfortable and I'm gonna leave.
No. I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. It was just, it was not an ideal situation, but I learned many things. And I was not alone in situation. There were a few of us. But it was a situation I was not exactly okay with and was happy when it was over.
Well, I'm certainly glad it's over now. That's how I feel about many dangerous situations we get into on the ship. But here we are. Can I get you anything? Do you need a drink? I could go up to the mess hall very quickly and quietly.
If you would like, I would love a bottle of Fresca.
Sure. Okay. So you share some space Fresca. Fun fact: I don't think we've actually discussed this in the middle of a game, but it's something you guys would all know. A little fun thing that I've decided to make canon is that juice boxes are a luxury item in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Because the idea of like disposable stuff like that is like it's excessive and it's wasteful. So juice boxes are like the height of like someone dressed to the nines sipping on like a Capri Sun is like, damn, look at him go. Just thought I'd mention that when you mentioned a Fresca. Okay, cool. Halifax. You return after that, whatever that conversation was, to the bridge.
Yeah, no clue.
The trip is going well, but again, you're looking at your fuel levels and doubting your first. You had to make a few more turns and twists and turns than you liked to avoid obstacles and things. You're doubting your fuel levels. You're gonna have to find a place to stop at some point, and there. That's not the end of the world. Most places just have refueling stations that you can stop at and go to, and it will be that simple. You go there, you get down, you get off. By this point, I think Farah has probably discovered the message that she was supposed to. Talon, I assume you would have told the captain by now?
Yes.
So there are credits, which currently Farah has not distributed to anyone. Is sort of saying they're ship credits until she knows what the fuck is going on and if they can be trusted. But
I was kind of hoping to wait till Aaron was here.
We'll role play through it once Aaron. We can like do a few flashback scenes next week or 2 weeks from now when Aaron gets back. So you guys, you can basically take a quick look at your star chart, and this is kind of where the mixed success of the wild jump comes in. There is a list of that I've picked from of something you will discover, and this is your discovery, the thing you're meeting kind of on the way, because you are moving through uncharted space back to a jump lane that'll get you to your destination. You are going to find something. I'm not going to tell you what I picked from that list, of course. You'll have to discover for yourself. But it does manifest as a place, a civilized planet. And I say civilized not just meaning that it is civilized, but you do your readings. They have the typical beacons you'd expect from a star dock. There's typical stuff you'd expect from a colony that has developed space travel, which is not unheard of for uncharted space. It's rare, but it's not like, whoa, this is an automatic red flag. Like, it happens. So as long as those signals are up to date, it should be chill to land there, hopefully discover a new thing. Usually, you might even be able to like give or get a report, which you could get money for. So it's a convenient stop along your path that you can navigate to.
Okay. I will voice this over comms and say,
hey, so the trajectory of how much gas we have as to where we need to go is a bit concerning at this point, but there is a planet nearby that we can land at to refuel, possibly get some information, get a few extra creds. So unless anyone has any objections, I'm just gonna plot a course there. Yeah, bye.
Farah gives her approval, and you plot your course. And you begin to fly toward this planet. Yes.
I just thought of something. Back at the United Multiverse station, I did go through all of their files to delete all the ones pertaining to our crew. Did I find any on Silas?
I don't know that you would have been looking for that.
Okay.
So I'm going to say probably no. I don't think you have Silas's file. Yes.
Question.
Yeah.
Would this pit stop have a Core World broadcaster?
Probably not. Core Worlds are like at the center of everything, obviously, hence the name of the Core World.
Gotcha.
This is still an uncharted space, so the chance of them having a high-power broadcast relay is incredibly low. But you never know.
Gotcha.
Maybe that's their whole thing. Maybe broadcasts are their thing. Maybe it's a broadcast planet. You never know until you land.
Fair
you
enough.
chart your course there. It's not far, another day's travel, and you can see it through your viewfinder to do some more accurate scans before you get there. This planet is imposing. It's small compared to Earth, and that's kind of the only comparison I'm going to really give for help. Just a little bit smaller, but and it looks mostly barren. Lots of deserts, lots of flatlands. You can see kind of like the brown tan color scheme. But I would say occupying probably about an eighth of the planet, like a small fraction of it, but from space. It looks small from space, but clearly very big when you're down there, is a huge kind of almost mountain looking of like gray silver, like metal, like a structure. Almost as if one structure that is hundreds of miles in all directions is there at the center of this planet somewhere. The Stardock is nearby that structure. You don't know if it's actually the structure itself or it's near the structure. That is this kind of towering behemoth of a thing. If you would like to skip the entire thing, you're of course welcome to, but you would lose some fuel from your supplies and have to make another quarters roll as you get there on low fuel.
Is it clear that there's like at least like a indicator of like a station to refuel? Is that like
a Stardock would almost certainly have one of those things as long as it's still active. If you would like, you have survey kits, or survey kits are more for close range, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
All right, so no, I mean you can assume it's there. Best you can tell, best your long range scanners can tell, there are life signs on the planet. So everything seems to read like it would have something like that there.
Would there be harm in landing, realizing it isn't active, and then getting back up, and then say like shipping off, or is it? There's
risk in everything you do. You're welcome to survey. You're welcome to like go down to the atmosphere and survey from above before actually setting down, in case you're worried. But for the most part, once you land, unless it's like a big boy trap where they've got like electromagnetic like poles, like chances are you'll be fine. You have a move for this?
So, is there a way that you can get in touch with the comms? Like, is there like any type of radio signal picking up at all?
You can reach out on the comms. I'm just gonna put a broadcast out there to see if anyone's gonna answer.
Yeah. So.
Hello, this is the Starship Freya. We are looking to refuel. Wanting to see if there is any open channels. Please respond.
You get back over some time and goes, "This is an automated message." 1 second, I checked it out. I'm so sorry.
This is such an interesting noise happening right now.
I am so sorry for that.
It's perfect. No, you're good.
I've never heard paper crinkling through a robot voice.
I can't even find the thing I just switched it to.
I believe in you. You can do it.
This is an automated message from Erundi. You have reached the helpline of Erundi. How can I be of service?
Docking station for refuel.
Fuel levels on Erundi are at 87%.
Access to fuel.
Fuel can be accessed from the nearest Stardock to Castle Erundi.
Population number?
Unknown.
Other active channels?
Unknown.
Helpful.
And then it's just gonna gonna just hang up on it. All right. Let's.
Ro, do you have a thing you would like to add?
actually is Ro aware of the conversation that's going on?
You can be. I'm fine. I mean, as you would approach the planet, I assume you guys would probably gather on the helm anyway. So let's go ahead and make this fun and say the crew's there. Why not?
So Ro is basically going to be like, let me try something, and he's going to go onto the comms and listen for passing traffic. Listen, not trying to make communication, but rather look at traffic patterns. Look at basically like ingoing and outgoing bandwidth, more or less, on the overall
Sure.
traffic signal. So
give me an assessment, please.
Yeah, using
With-
it. That's kind of what I was aiming for. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. That is a 4 and a 4 and a +2, so 10.
10. All right. Not only do you get the information you're looking for, but you get a advantage on the next roll involving that information. And I believe because of your thing, everybody does?
Yes. So depending on what it is, I can pass it on to you guys as well.
There is traffic. It is scarce.
Okay.
There's there's fewer communications than takeoffs and landings. There was a landing a little over a week ago, and then a couple more before that, a few months back. They're pretty sparse. It seems like, again, people don't find this place, not on like the main route, but it does occasionally happen. And for the most part, usually a day or two after, but sometimes immediately after a landing, there is in fact a takeoff. It's not like this planet does not seem to be irrevocably trapping ships here.
But no, I was meaning more like, so there's no chatter basically. There's no chatter. Okay, so
there is. I'm gonna say, just kind of searching signals. There's a lot of unreadable short-range intercoms, and you'd imagine that's probably because the massive building you're seeing has to have people communicating throughout that. And it looks like it's probably what you're seeing is a lot of, there will be people who are inside of that kind of chattering back and forth. It's not super dense for how big it is, that you don't think there's a lot of people there, but there is some active comms work going on at short range in the building.
Okay, so only short range communications, no big like city-wide or like continent-wide communications networks or anything like that.
No.
Okay. So I
which is concerning, I admit.
Yeah, where I relay that to the rest of them that either this place is really, really, really well automated, or most of it is shut down, because that's the only way that you have something of this size without any kind of planetary administration network constantly sending out like traffic lights, water relays, and whatever. It means that either nobody lives here, or they've got things automated to the point where they don't need communication anymore. Which both of them are interesting.
Terrifying.
Tomato.
The automated message system. The automated message system did seem to call this place a castle. Did I hear that right?
Castle Everundi is what it called it. I'm going to type that in chat so y'all can get spelling.
You said there were landings and then takeoffs. How long in between the landing and the takeoff is the average?
Varies. Usually only a day or two. Sometimes quicker. I think it's probably you can't go super far back. That wasn't even what he was looking for. That was my mistake. So,
I mean, I would look for that. But like, there are records of someone like landing and then taking off like a couple hours later.
Right. And yes, you were correct. I'm going to use my education to give everybody a data point about this castle's communication system. So
Fantastic.
if ever we need to patch into it or disrupt it or whatever.
Can't imagine that irrelevant.
No, can't. No, this doesn't seem suspicious at all. The orchestra isn't swelling as we speak.
Actually, that's a good point. I should change to more ominous music. Carry on.
I'm not getting any ominous. Like, it's like...
All right. So what do you guys do?
Is either we can land and see what kind of, if we can get fuel, or we take the risk. I know everyone's tired, but we gotta stay on here a little bit longer before we can find another respite, if there is one. nearby, hopefully, before I run out of fuel.
No, I know this isn't.
I mean,
Can we?
there is fuel here.
Yeah,
It seems to be at least relatively safe comparatively. I see no reason. Also, I'm very curious, and you know what they say about curiosity in cats.
someone really needs
Not a good
someone
thing.
really needs to tell him what that saying actually is. But
I don't think that was the time.
I too echo that curiosity, though. From my own sense, this is obviously a pretty big divergence, and I am interested to see what kind of both architecture and technology they have on display. If this is a fully automated world, this could be very interesting. I mean, it's not a dead world, but it might be. I didn't mean to sound so hopeful.
And
but
to
I
be
kind of
fair,
am.
last time we landed on Uncharted World, we found Space Chupacabra. So
He said the title of the game. Okay, roll credits.
Ba-da-bop.
Incredible.
Hal, is there any way we have enough fuel to get to the next fuel station?
That's what I'm saying. There's a bit of we're gonna cut it really, really tight. And so deal with that what you will.
I'm a doctor. I've seen
Yes,
things.
we all know that.
I've seen the inside of Calcera, and gotta say, Calcera give me the willies. Sorry, Hugo. It's not you. It's just Calcera. Anyway.
I can't tell if that's racist or not.
Trust me. I'll show you. I'll bring out the anatomy books. I will show you. Anyway, this place makes the Calcera look like nothing to me. If I had hair, it would be.
You really
standing
need to
straight
work
up.
on your phrasing.
I think we should risk it to get to the next station.
You've been here before? Is that what you're implying? Or...
No. I just
He's saying that
unknown.
it gives him willies.
Yeah,
Okay.
Population
And apparently
unknown.
inside of Hugo also gives willies. But this place is worse.
Well, not just Hugo, all Calcera. It's a whole thing. We'll talk about it sometime.
Right. Captain, what do you say?
Of course, you're going to put it on the captain while they're not even here. I'm going to conveniently cut that off. There is a kind of buffet as someone comes out of warp near you.
Fuck.
Class 1 starship, unknown origin. I mean, you can tell like the build. You can see it out of your viewfinder, and you can tell it's like it doesn't belong to one of the big factions. This is an independently owned ship like your own. And it's not sponsored. It has this sort of like almost neon like green pink plating. It's definitely an eye-catching ship. And it just kind of comes out of warp. It's far enough from you can just barely see the colors, and it starts to kind of navigate a little bit closer, and you get a hail. You say hello. The comms open up. It's a video thing, if allowed. And on the other end of it, there is a woman in a gray-black suit, helmet, visor, electric blue hair coming over the shoulder. He goes, "Hello. Fancy seeing you all here. I wasn't aware there's going to be another ship at this planet. Do you happen to know what's going on down there?"
We were wondering the same thing.
"Wonderful. I'm going to go investigate."
Alright, I guess we're leaving.
I think we should follow.
No, we should probably leave. They look capable.
I am very capable. Are you?
See, we should be going. It was great meeting you. We should be going. Hal, we should go.
All right. Well, take care. Best of luck on your travels. Have fun traipsing through the stars.
Have fun on the creepy
now
planet.
Now we have double reason to go down there. Not only is this place incredibly interesting and very curiosity piquing, that whoever that was looked pretty fucking cool.
I think at this point, Farah is going to turn to you and go, is there a reason you're so keen on going down to this very clearly creepy planet?
Because creepy planet is very interesting? The creep is what makes it interesting.
Talon, question for you, and I would like you to answer honestly. Are you trying to kill all of us so you can take the ship for yourself or something? Is that what's going on here?
No, I am not trying to kill all of you so I can take the ship.
I got a follow-up question for you. Are you trying to flirt with her? What is happening right now?
Ew.
That never crossed my mind, Hal.
Her ship, by the way, she has cut comms. She is flying down to the planet.
Meaning absolutely no offense to Talon. I does feel sometimes that you're kind of nudging the ship over to the edge of the table to knock it off.
I only do that with your water glasses.
Yes.
Because I want to see how the water falls.
Alright. So, we're pretty even.
2 for, 2 against.
Yeah. So... I hate this.
We could flip a coin.
No, let's not flip a coin.
Actually, I want to pause to address. The chat does have a good question. When you sent the message along to Farah, she 100% would have asked about where it came from, how you know. Would you have told her about this person at all, or are you keeping that entirely to yourself?
That's a very good question.
Because that does absolutely change Farah's answer.
I probably would have kept it secret.
Okay. So yeah, then Farah would just be suspicious as I've been playing her then. Farah...
Because that would have raised more questions that Talon is not ready to answer yet.
I am going to roll something for Farah then, because I'm not making a decision for someone who's not here. And if you guys are doing the tiebreaker thing on me, go ahead.
I was gonna offer it to flip a coin and take out the coin she gave me.
I mean, you can. It's the same on both sides, but you can.
Oh, it's the same on both sides?
Yeah, it's not on both sides.
Okay, I didn't know that. But that makes it kind of funnier. Heads we go down, tails we don't.
Farah just looks at the planet and looks at the fuel gauge. I'm gonna roll. I don't roll usually, but I'm gonna do this because I don't feel comfortable making a decision like this for Aaron. Farah says, we stop for fuel. We go down. We fuel up. We leave immediately. No need to get wrapped up in anything. No nonsense. No shenanigans. We don't need to. No obviously dangerous situations. We go down, we fuel up, we go. Clear?
If Talon is gone for more than 5 minutes, can we just leave him here?
Yes. Looks directly at Talon.
Good luck fixing ship afterwards.
We can manage fine.
Not with how I rigged it.
All right. So...
You say you're not trying to kill us.
I have to have it set a certain way so someone of my size can fix everything.
Talon, do not make me change my mind right now. So as you...
On my hind legs doing this.
As you navigate towards the Star Dock, I think it's as good a place as any for us to call a quick break. Back in 5-10 minutes, guys. Stick around, chat. We'll be there soon. Woo.
Oh.
And we're back. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm so sorry. This is not going to make a lot of sense. I'm not doing another recap. But the crew is... I want to dive right in. I'm very eager to continue, so we're just going to go. The crew is descending to an Uncharted World, name of the game. After much deliberation to refuel and get out and avoid all shenanigans, which I'm sure is going to work beautifully. You descend down to this planet. The closer you get to it, the larger this building truly looks. It is made of metal. It is iron and steel and titanium and carbon fibers. It is high tech. It is the present equivalent of futuristic, but it is a castle. It is massive. It's sprawling. Maybe not hundreds of miles, as I originally dictated. The planet might be a little smaller than perhaps it seemed from space. But it is definitely very, very big. And all around the border of it, you can see these kind of long, like corridor-like things that reach out to various other like offshoots and buildings. And one of them is the Stardock that you're seeing. It is a very clear, safe place to land. There's actually big enough landing ports that you could house a Class 3 starship here. So you can very easily put your ship down, no problem. Though the only other ship you currently see in that Stardock is the brightly neon-colored one of the woman in the Sentai suit. So you can see her now as you approach out of her ship, taking some readings on some sort of scanner, kind of walking about, and it's kind of like, but hasn't gone very far. Okay. It's an easy landing. Gravity on this planet is a little bit higher than typical, which means Talon's going to have some fun here. I built this whole adventure for Talon, apparently. But otherwise, it's not to an unhealthy or dangerous degree. Just something to be aware of. It's a little more tiring to be here. You set the ship down easily enough. Plenty of space for yours and your new friends. And anyone who wishes to disembark may disembark. Yes, Talon.
Question about how gravity on a planet works compared to on the ship. If we're still in the ship and the ship has its own artificial gravity, does the outside gravity still affect that?
The ship typically, when it lands, once it detects gravity, would turn it off. You can manually put the artificial gravity back on to counteract it. Otherwise, you are going to be under the heavier gravity wall on the ship as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Ro is probably going to be there at the door going down, and he's going to take up what he thinks of at least as a intrepid explorer pose. It just makes him look like he's trying to puff out his chest a bit more. And I actually do have a request for someone amongst you who would be willing to carry a computer kit. You see, I'm carrying my survey kit, but I've got 2 kits, and I cannot carry them both. All right, fantastic. Thank you. Because this is a high-tech planet, and therefore we may need both.
Okay.
Or either.
The ramp descends. You may head onto the Stardock. It is humming and whirring with activity. It is still an active Stardock, but that said, there's no one here except for you and your new friend, who is going to actually walk over as you guys are landing. Scanner still out, waving, and through the kind of helmet saying, "Good news." Takes the helmet off, reveals a Lauren woman, sort of a very vibrant purple skin. The blue hair complements very nicely, and gives you a nice smile and goes, "Breathable oxygen. Breathe a wonderful atmosphere. Scan's just completed. Smells like metal. How's everyone doing?"
So do the same, pull the side tabs off of my own Christ suit, pull off the helmet, and it was a pleasure, and extend my hand to greet a fellow explorer. This is where I feel the most at home, I guess.
She shakes her hand vigorously and goes, "It certainly is, isn't it?"
Hal disconnects his neural mask and fully takes it off and does a big show of stretching. And then just signs towards, like, nice to meet you.
To her?
Yeah.
She returns it fluently, which is almost unheard of. Outside of Malleus, most people do not know Malleus Sign Language. She seems to know it very well, or at least greetings very well.
Children are going to be 10 minutes, and then we are leaving.
Already? Goodness gracious. Where's your sense of adventure?
How long does it normally take to refuel?
I mean, you could probably... if you can figure out how to work it, which there's some very clear fueling stations, you can probably refuel in 10 minutes.
Okay. I was hoping it would take longer.
No, it is kind of like fueling up...
Your boy's gonna rush. He don't want to stay.
It is kind of like fueling up a car, but just bigger. There's a lot more of it. But as long as the pump is working well, then yeah, it'll fuel up pretty quick. So she is going to anyone who's coming off the ship. So Talon has come off the ship. Rose come off the ship. Halcyon has come off the ship. Is anyone else coming off?
I mean, I am to refuel the ship.
Okay.
So.
Captain will come off. Merrick will come off. I think it's it. I think the rest of the crew stays on board. Silas comes off. Unless do you have them locked at a place or?
Oh. Do we have
Silas comes off.
Unless someone wants to zip tie him to a bed.
There's some stretching.
I mean, you do you, I guess, but no judgment.
So it looks like this this woman does not have her ship hooked up to any sort of refueling thing. She's just still taking scans and goes, "So, what brings all of you out to this part of space?"
Fuel.
Fuel?
Lack thereof. We took a wrong left turn somewhere, I think.
At Albuquerque.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the joke, yes.
Apparently, yes. Seems rather like a boring reason to come to a fascinating planet like this. I personally am going to go investigate and see what I can learn about this castle.
What brought you here?
I don't know. Exploring mostly. I just sort of go with where the stars take me. I usually wind up in interesting places.
This does seem very interesting, yes.
You want to come?
I really do.
Talon, Farah says.
Talon, darling.
I do a 180 turn, take on, again, my most formal clipped tones and say, Captain, requesting half an hour to perform formal reconnaissance.
Farah looks nearly livid, and says...
Talon jumps onto Rose's shoulder and gives, like, the sad cat eyes.
Yes, Ro also big, the big fish eyes, the big sad, like, blink.
I don't want to hear any more shit from you about deviating from your personal goal of where you want to get, Ro. 30 minutes, don't go far.
There's a moment of tension between, like, reporting in and actually getting more information. And if I get more information, then the Institute will totally forgive me not reporting it. So.
30 minutes, don't go far. Folds her arms indignantly.
I try to maintain a dignified stride and not be like the giddy little...
Alright, so she's the woman's gonna... She has her helmet. She kind of tosses it back onto her ship. Just kind of like the ramp is still open onto her ship. You can just kind of walk on if you wanted to. She tosses onto her ship and just kind of walks for one of these the kind of doors that would lead into this long corridor towards the castle. She's going
catch your name.
Terribly sorry. Yes, rude of me. Jack, the pleasure's all mine.
Hello, Jack. Talon.
Talon. Interesting.
Ro VaTze.
Ro VaTze. Phenomenal. Wonderful. Pleasure to meet all of you. And turns to Halifax. You would be?
Well, I'm Halcyon.
Halcyon. Pleasure, certainly.
I go by Hal.
Interesting neural mask. What sector are you from?
1 second while I access
Sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
Jasper.
Jasper. I thought I recognized the dialect. Interesting. Yes. Wonderful. Halcyon and... Points to Halifax again. Halcyon and Dewitt. Wonderful. And Farah goes, Captain. And she goes, sorry, I wouldn't want to. She kind of takes a step backwards, kind of does one of those things where he like turns away, but like points like kind of subtly so everyone can clearly see, just like, oh, and just kind of like does one of those things. Right then, exploration. And she traipses off towards the door that leads into this castle.
Setting a timer on like my like comm pad for 30 minutes, and I set the timer and I put it in my pocket.
Fantastic.
That does remind me, Ro will just briefly check his own comm and make sure that we have communications. Do we?
You do have communications, yes.
Okay, good. Good.
You don't know, I mean, again, they're not super duper long range, so if someone were to go into the castle, it's unclear, you don't know what material it's built out of, it might disrupt, but for now you do, yes.
Okay, so, but there is no communications network here that we can patch onto? Like, there are no, like, cell phone towers or boosters or anything?
Well,
I mean, I imagine we would find them.
There actually are, and this you already looked for. This in your communications. You did a whole thing about this. There is a network. It's sort of like radio frequencies that go from intercom to intercom, and patching into them wouldn't be too difficult, actually. So you could establish comms with the castle effectively now that you're within close range.
If we did that, however, would the castle be able to listen into our conversations?
Yeah, controlling. Well, you would effectively be talking through the castle's thing. So any it's like an intercom at that point. So you would be you're broadcasting that. Yes. Yeah. Okay. But if push comes to shove, it's good to know.
Yeah. So basically, I while we still have our own local communications, I will inform them of. As if we can't maintain communications once we're inside the castle, then use the castle's communications. At least that's an open channel that we know of that we can use for emergencies. Nothing sensitive, but at the very least, hey, get out of there, or hey, your time is up. Anyway, so let's hustle.
Okay, you hustle away. Yep. Who's all going?
Not me. Fuck that.
All right, the boys are heading in with Jack. I think it's kind of watching you guys go. I think Merrick's gonna stay with Farah for now. I'm trying to think if she would send a chaperone.
Yeah, leave us to our own devices.
No, she'll send Merrick. Merrick, make sure they're back in 30. And Merrick goes, I'll do what I can. I'm gonna be honest. Two of these three look really excited.
I'm so sorry.
He's gonna jog after you. All right, and you guys approach this door. The door is sort of sealed off, and there's a little security data pad thing with what appears to be a thumbprint scanner. She immediately starts running scans on the door with this little again, it looks almost like an old-timey PDA, but more technologically advanced. It's kind of size comparison, all sorts of gizmos in the front, and kind of running scans, just kind of scanning various things as kind of goes through.
I set the computer kit down in front of the thing and just kind of step back and turn to Ro. I assume this would help?
I walk up to the computer lock thing or whatever and use my Shoot's computer thing to try to access it.
Your what computer thing? Or your Suit's computer thing?
My Suit's computer thing.
Okay.
You can wirelessly access.
Yeah. You trying to tap into this. It is an incredibly tightly sealed network. I'm not going to have you roll for this. There's nothing you can do to hack this. This is worlds beyond the technological capabilities that you have come to know how to do with hacking and stuff like that. You don't know.
Would you say it has the security of a fortress?
I would say that, actually. It's funny you should mention. I would say it has the security of a fortress.
Almost like it's a castle.
As you attempt to, you just get that same automated message going, access denied.
Well, that's a little rude.
Isn't it? I thought the same, Jack says. kind of goes over and looks down at the fingerprint scanner and slides a glove off. Bloop. Door opens. Convenient.
Are you sure you've never been here before?
Quite certain.
I
Well,
was suspicious.
kind of
Sorry.
stops and goes, no, I'm fairly certain I've never been here before. I haven't been here yet, at the very least.
I
Shall we?
find none of this comforting, Jack. Just gonna
I'm not
let
here
you
to
know.
I'm not here to comfort you.
I know. I'm just putting my voice into the atmosphere.
All right. Merrick is going to kind of like eye this subtly and go, hey, I know you guys, you tech folks couldn't like hack the door. Is there any way we can just like brute force keep this open? Because the fact that we can't hack it makes me think that maybe we shouldn't be just trusting it's going to stay open in case getting out is harder than getting in.
That's a very good point, Merrick.
This is why you make the big bucks.
Wait, you guys get paid? No.
Well,
Honestly, now that the door is actually open, chances are we probably have a better chance of keeping it open than forcing it open while it was closed, like while it was sealed. Maybe we have access to, I don't know, is there like a rail in the ground or...
Yeah, why don't we, let's go ahead and call this, a face adversity, intellect, as we try to just kind of figure out a way to physically just kind of jam and keep this open.
Can I help with that?
Or, hang on, I'm getting a look. What's up? Did I misinterpret?
It's a physical, mechanical object, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we're not hacking the system to give us access. Like, we're not putting in our credentials or anything. You know, it's an actual using our hands to...
Okay, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Jam something in there.
I really need to write that so that it's very, very clear. And if anybody has any suggestions on how to make that more clear, I am open, because it is something that is not just here. I've noticed it generally that I apparently have recreated the whole argument between int and whiz all over again. Right? It's a 30-year-old argument, but it's started all over again.
So let us know in the chat if you have any ideas, while the crew gets themselves into trouble.
Yes.
Hey.
Helen, I
So
would
who
appreciate
here is actually physically strong?
I can pull.
Don't look at me.
I can. Oh.
I mean, it's an expertise roll. Again, this is not about physical strength. This is about like jamming a mechanism.
Yeah,
So-
Helen, I would say that probably you're going to be the best.
Okay.
I mean, use your powers to reach in and
Honestly, I'm probably very strong right now.
Yeah, that's true. The gravity
yeah.
is higher, so you can do that. Go ahead. Roll expertise.
I will try to, I guess, reach in and jam the door somehow.
Sure.
10.
10. Phenomenal. You find the mechanism that would cause the door to open and shut. You find that kind of thing. You quickly shift some gears and whatnot around, kind of cross some wires. This thing is deadlocked open now. This door is not closing anytime soon. Very handy. Have we ever met before?
I think I would remember.
Oh, fair enough. And she keeps walking, unperturbed. Okay. You are...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
No, please. You.
I'll ask after.
Okay. The corridor you're seeing is about 20 feet wide and goes on for about 300 feet before the next door. You're kind of crossing over a big open space that connects, like a tunnel that connects the Star Dock to the castle proper. And you have to kind of make your way through there to get there. Jack is traipsing forward like there's not a care in the world.
I will keep step with Jack.
Okay. You do that. Jack makes it all the way to the next door, which has a few things of note. It's similar to the first door you've stopped by, but with two key differences. No, just one key difference. The first is that there's a thumb pad, but the key difference is that there's like a little like kind of windowy thing in this one, like a little like triangle window, you know what I'm talking about? and there's someone on the other side who is looking at you guys wide-eyed, pounding on the door. The person that is on the other side of that is a Kelsara. They look something of a bright blue kind of carapace with a big sort of like Hercules beetle style horn at the top. And she's just like reaching up to be seen with these big bug eyes, just kind of pounding on the door. Very little sound is coming through. It's kind of kind of calling, but they're thick doors. They're almost like blast doors, so it's really hard to get out. And he goes, a distressed human, a distressed Kelsara, rather. Jack says, fascinating.
They all look the same, don't they?
Hold on, we'll get you out in just a moment.
Well, hold on now. That's racist.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Well, okay, that isn't very fair to the Kelsara. It's true. I mean, they're not that bad looking.
And obviously, they come in a large variety of bugs.
With someone,
Can I try to walk up the wall and place my paw on the thumb scanner?
Door opens. The Kelsara stumbles through the door. You can see now they're wearing like the lower half of a spacesuit as well. And they're just kind of like, thank goodness. Oh my god.
Are you injured?
No, just frantic. I've been in there for almost a week now, and I didn't know if I was ever going to get this door open. Looks and sees the door's open and goes, did you find a way to keep that open?
That one's open, yeah.
That one, yes.
Oh, that's terrific news.
What
That's
are
phenomenal
you doing
news.
here?
Right now, panicking.
Well, why were you here?
We're explorers. We're starfarers. We were seeing what there was to be seen here. Thought it was a strange planet. We'd check it out. Apparently the ominous red flags weren't enough to scare our captain away, so we went in.
Where's your ship?
Ominous!
Another Stardock. I couldn't find my way back the way we originally came. This is just the nearest exit I could find. I figured I'd have my best bet here. I am feel very lucky that you guys found me here, but the rest of my crew is still in there.
And
Okay.
I see that you are very distressed. What has distressed you, son?
It's a labyrinth. It's a maze. It's very hard to get anywhere. It's very hard to get out. I'm lucky I made it this far. But there's not a lot of supplies or anything in there, and if you get cut off from any of the areas where there are supplies, then I haven't eaten in a few days. It's overall just not pleasant in there.
What's the temperature doing?
How about we take her back to the ship?
No. I know what I just said, and I realize it sounds insane, but I can't leave with the rest of my crew. I can't.
Well, no. Take you back to the ship for just a safe place to sit down, catch your breath, breathe,
And eat.
Out, eat a little bit. We'll radio ahead and let everybody know you're coming.
We have a Kelsara on our crew. We can at least know what diet that would be most suitable for them, right? Don't we have a Kelsara on our crew?
You do. Hugo.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
She goes, well, okay. I mean,
Can you describe the rest of your crew so we can at least keep eye out for them?
yes. I would like to be there when you go back in. I don't want... if I've learned anything, it's that you need more people to get around in there. You can't... Traversing alone is necessary at points, but the doors don't always open for you. They're finicky.
All right.
Good to know.
While they're talking, I'm radioing back to the... Do I still have...
Yeah,
comms?
oh my God, you're so close, yeah.
Since the doors are open and everything
Doors
like that,
are
I'm
open,
going to
you're
radio
close.
back. I'm like, Hugo, as fast as you can, please bring something that's appropriate for one of your species for both rehydration, food, and anything to do with, shock and that kind of thing. Like a first aid kit.
Sure thing. Is it all right if I send literally anybody else with it?
If you think anybody can get here faster than you can.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Also, you don't need a first aid kit. I'm right here.
I'm also
not a first aid kit. Sorry, I meant more like a care kit or something. Like I doubt very much you have like food supplies and that kind of thing.
I'm not wounded. I don't need first aid. I just need food and water, and then something is incredibly strange about this place. And Jack goes, my favorite kind of place. Wonderful. I love strange things.
We don't know her.
Yet, Jack says, pointing back at you. She just goes, it is vast, and there are these strange energy readings that the captain was trying to find. Some sort of resource, we think, towards the center of it that might actually be accessible, and something that we could salvage and sell, we think. But then we got separated, and things got confusing, and we got locked in certain places. Some doors opened, some doors didn't. And the next thing you know, I haven't seen any of my crew since I got split up and found this door, and I didn't want to go any deeper inside again until I had assistance, until I had help. I do better from far away. I do better when I'm not on the front lines.
You and Hugo would get along real well.
Okay. At this point, Gammon comes jogging over with a kind of sack full of various things. Comes over, goes, Captain? Bug friend? Acknowledges most people. Does not acknowledge Halcyon.
Nope, Halcyon does not acknowledge Gammon either. Just kind of just awkwardly turns away when they run up.
Drops. So, is this turning into shenanigans? Are we doing shenanigans?
Not yet, but
But very shenanigans are a strong possibility.
yeah, that what he said.
We've got a lot of people on your crew that remind me of my crew. This Kelsara says, I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. Thank you. Takes food, eats food, drinks water, little sips. Clearly like survivalist, like knows not to gorge herself right now. I'm VaTze. The rest of my crew that's in there, the rest of my crew that I know or hope is in there somewhere, we got Carmen. He's Lauren. He looks angry all the time, but he's a sweetheart. There's Impact. Impact is radiant, kind of nods at Gammon. They're our pilot. And there's Shira, our captain. She's Cyoxy. And I haven't seen any of them in so long, and I'm not doing great.
Shira, the Princess of Power? Sorry.
Yes, tell them.
Quick reminder, which one are Cyoxy?
Cyoxy are the ones with the microchips in them.
Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah,
Silence.
Yes. I've never watched that, but okay. So this Kelsara takes some time to kind of patch up and eat and drink a little bit, and she calms down a little bit. And meanwhile, Jack is like pacing eagerly, like, so what would you say is the most dangerous thing you found in there? And she goes, I don't know. There was a chamber we were stuck in for a while that we thought we were never going to be able to get out of. It was all of us in there, and finally one of the doors opened, and half of us made it through, and then the door closed again right away. This place, we don't know who is or what is controlling when the doors do or don't open. The only thing we know for sure is that every door opens the first time it's on someone's first time opening it. So like when any of you try to open a door for the first time, it's gonna open. Everything after that's a crapshoot.
Did you try, whoever opened it the first time, have someone else try to open it second time?
The same door? Well,
Yes.
by the time we figured that out, we'd all opened one door already.
So it's first door and then that's it? You cannot open the other door?
Sometimes we can.
Okay.
Most of it seems automated.
You just keep trying different fingers on the door until it opened?
Doesn't matter which finger you use.
So biosensor probably.
No, but like, I mean, each one of you, like, you tried a door, didn't open. Then Carmen tried to open the same door, didn't open. Like, did brute forcing it through just trying the same thing repeatedly.
That's how we eventually got out of that one room, the dangerous one I just said we were stuck in. But then, again, it closed behind two of us. So...
Cool.
It really isn't.
Yeah, no, I
What's your idea?
Halcyon, you may have better understanding of how this could be accomplished. Could we have someone go back to ship and retrieve thumbprints from whole crew?
It would take a little bit of time, but it's not impossible.
That way, we have people still on crew, but we also possibly have extra openings
extra
of doors.
Fingers. Not a bad idea. I don't know offhand if I have the right supplies for that. It's not something I've tried in quite some time.
If it is truly just fingerprinting, it would be easy. If it is an actual like biological scanner, that's much harder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you don't know how this tech works.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean,
Jack, with your scans, were you able to figure out if it was based on fingerprint or biological scan?
I haven't the foggiest idea, I'm afraid. This technology is incredibly advanced in a really magnificent way. I've met a couple of different civilizations that have tech like this, but it's always something different. They always get there in a certain different way. If I had to guess, it sounds like there's either someone or something manipulating things more manually, so I feel like trying to trick it would actually be harder than just doing the original thing. Makes you wonder, though, what its motives are.
At a glance, it very much seems like just running rats through maze.
this, to me, sounds like something I've heard happens to some Psyoxy. When they sometimes get stuck when they enter into, machine or digital realm or whatever they do. If they can't find a way back to their body, back to their body, they get stuck and then they go insane, kind of like cabin fever. If you're stuck in the same starship forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and talking to the same one person that's really just you forever and ever and ever and ever, they crack.
Interesting, Jack says. I don't hate that theory. If there is a Seoxy running this place, I would be much more interested. I think perhaps we could treat the illness, not just the symptom. I think we could, it turns to Kelsara, I think we can rescue your crew by rescuing the Seoxy, if that is in fact what's happened here.
I was...
What? What is it? What's wrong?
It's better
doctor,
to kill
correct?
the Psyoxy.
She is going to... This is the first time you've seen Jack sort of get a little dour and sort of say, kind of put a little hand on your shoulder and go, oh, someone with medical training should know better. There's always a way to save someone.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I haven't experienced this personally. But from the few stories I've heard, it's bringing them back out. You can bring them back out. It's entirely possible. They just need a new host. But they aren't themselves anymore by a long shot. Depending on how long they've been in there.
I have a very good friend in the Ruby sector who is very good with such things, and I believe if we can get that chip to him, this Seoxy would be salvageable.
I know a good Psyoxy doctor too.
No, he's not a Psyoxy doctor. He's not a Psyoxy doctor. There's not an easy way to describe it. It says, a wizard is the easiest way to say it. It's not accurate, but it's the best way I can put it.
What kind of wizard? Like
I'm not delving into it any further. I'm really not.
Like Mr. Wizard?
She is going to walk into the castle.
Okay, I guess we're walking. Jax, before you go too far, do you want to help us keep this door open? Nope. Okay, bye.
You all seem to be able to jam it open last time.
Yeah. Idea. Possible crazy Sayaxi running place. Do we know how something run by a Sayaxi interacts with possibly VaTze entering system?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
If you would like, you may roll assessment with intellect to see what you know about this.
Your intellect's probably better. Yeah, your intellect's probably better than mine.
Yeah, let's see if it's a good idea or not. Halcyon, money where your mouth is.
7.
You don't think it's a good idea, Halcyon. It's the same reason VaTze can't get into a system that is password protected. It needs to be unprotected, and this seems like an incredibly protected system. So there's not really a good way to get VaTze in there that is not incredibly dangerous to VaTze.
Okay. In that case, I will simply try to lock this door open.
You don't need to make another roll for this. You know how it worked the first time? You did it. You can do it again. It's the same kind of door.
All right.
You now have 2 doors jammed open, and the way into the castle is clear. Castle Everendi.
All right.
I
So
will
now
run to catch up with Jack.
Sure.
Now I will
Ro,
ask my question.
please.
What would be my professional assessment of the architecture of this place? Are we talking mimicking any known cultures? Is this something unique?
I would love to have that question answered. So go ahead and give me the same assessment intellect roll, and let's see what you recognize.
All right. Okay.
This is literally your thing, so I'm going to give you advantage.
Oh, okay.
This is your whole deal.
Yes. Well, that's a 7 with advantage. I got a 2, 3, and +2 for intellect. So
I'm going to say I'm going to give you flavor more than useful information, which is that this is a pattern you see advanced civilizations follow all the time. It's nothing too special. The fact that it's a castle is weird. The fact that this labyrinthine thing is weird. But otherwise, like the way things are assembled, the blast doors, the window screens, the kind of layout of things, the tech they're using is a pretty standard progression for a highly advanced society that usually peters out and dies out. Your hope for a dead planet is probably not too far off here. Because this usually clearly this place is either, like you said, automated or very, very scarcely populated because it's whatever this strange mystery trap thing is, something has gone horribly wrong, it would seem, which is the best I can give you.
okay, sure. So yeah, this is, but it isn't like up to current standards. Like it isn't up to current tech standards or anything like that. This is,
I would say it surpasses it in some ways.
Oh.
There's some tech in here that you look at and go like, no, this is incredibly advanced. It really, like, there's some stuff that it does take some time to figure out. It really is very, very advanced technology.
Okay. All right. So take a few notes, but this is one of those it's more perfunctory. I don't have anything really to, like, once I get the context, I'll be able to write more. But for the moment, I'm just taking like a few
absolutely
discrete shots where, snaps when I can and that kind of thing.
Sure thing. So, Talon, you caught up to Jack before anyone else ran in. The two of you actually get a moment inside this first room where you are looking around. There's automatically, like, you can see 3 doors. One of them is pitch black on the other side of the window. You can't see through it at all. One on the right leads to another corridor that seems to kind of connect off elsewhere. And one of them leads to another kind of smaller chamber that is well lit from above, but it's kind of like a thin, long chamber, it looks like. But you have a moment alone with Jack before the others follow.
Just to be clear, we haven't met, yes?
Not that I'm... there's a click of realization and goes, you've met me.
And I will lift out the coin that she gave me earlier. And does this mean anything to you?
It's about to.
Give it to me to make me trust you.
He goes, interesting. She goes, I know your people. As she takes it from you, there's a sparkle of blue electricity around it. And she goes, perfect, that's what we needed. I wish I'd known that sooner. I need to talk to your captain. And she about faces and goes right back out.
Okay.
You guys were like about to be on your way in, and Jack goes, sorry, just won't be a moment. Actually, if you'd like to come, I think it would probably benefit all of you to hear this.
If it means we're done exploring this place, absolutely.
Not even close. Quite the opposite. It means we need to explore it in its entirety.
We're going to save people.
We are. Lives are going to be
Alon,
saved.
what did you do?
I did nothing. I just simply had exciting conversation.
Jack is jogging, just...
Wait.
Yes?
So Ro is currently taking off the straps of his survey kit and like dumping it down on the ground and pulling out the telescopic poles. And he says, whoever needs to be here and whoever needs to hear about this, meet back here as soon as you can. I'm going to set up a base of operations. We do not explore without information. That is number one.
I like your enthusiasm. Style I'm iffy on. I prefer to charge in blindly, but I appreciate having the other outlook here.
Feels like I keep having the same conversation. Muscles are up here, not here. That's why I go in planned.
I understand you, Ro. I get you. Do you want me to stay by here? Do you want me to stay here, Ro?
Yeah, please. The rest of you gather whoever is going to be coming with us. Gather back here, and I will have a nice little holo map, hopefully, set up of the surrounding area with a few beacons, deep scanner tripod set up, the whole shebang. This is where I finally get to use my toys.
Delightful. Jack leads everyone other than Ro back to the ship, basically.
And me.
You're staying with Ro as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Leads you guys back to the ship, and Farrah goes, okay, that was fast, but two of you aren't here. What went wrong?
Depends on your definition of wrong.
Nothing yet.
Exactly.
Jack says, so, I've hired you in the past. You received my payment, yes? And Farrah goes, that was you? Okay, I'm gonna need a whole ass explanation for this immediately. And she goes, well, I have one. As I introduce myself, my name is Jack. I am known through better parts of the universe as Paradox Jack. You may have heard stories of me.
Sorry.
I have a very interesting way of getting around. My ship flies on paradoxical energy. It moves through not just space, but also time. And it does this by finding loops, places where time is incomplete, and completing them, gathering energy from that. It's a long story, but it's a good one. In this case, I happen to give an object to your engineer Talon, and he returned it to me. This object only exists within this small pocket of time, and therefore it gathers enough paradoxical energy for this to work. And I also gave the payment, which means you have assisted me in a grave manner. How much did I pay you? Ferris goes, 10 cred. She goes, goodness, this place must be dangerous. Wonderful. Well, I've paid you for your services, and your services ideally will be applied now. I will be going in there to rescue the other crew of the other ship. And Ferris like, wait, other ship? She goes, I'll get there in a second. There's another ship that is docked here, and their crew is stranded inside a terrifying automated labyrinth, and we're going to go rescue them, and then I'm going to get out and travel back in time and pay you. Did that all make sense? Space crickets.
Hey! Whoa, that's you can't use that word. They're a loyal member of our crew.
I didn't even think about that. Farrah kind of like rubs her temple a little bit and goes, Talon, is this... You know a lot more about engineering and things than I... Like, is this... This feels like a trap. This feels like a scam that's being played. Like, I feel like we are being conned right now.
If I had not seen her appear literally out of nowhere, I might agree with you.
So, we're going to have a talk later about why you didn't tell me that earlier.
That is fair. The short answer is, would you have believed me?
Fair, I guess. What happens if we say no? I mean, you've already paid us, and Jack goes, no, that can happen. You're welcome to fly away. Typically, that causes some pretty nasty shockwave side effects. I sort of ride on the goodwill of others kind of wanting to keep the timeline in one piece. When it branches, when you go against something that has happened in the past, it fractures, and the universe finds a way to correct the issue. You can't actually have multiple timelines at once. It doesn't make any sense. So rather, the universe says, well, if it didn't happen this way, how did it happen? It's not necessarily saying there's no such thing as free will, just that the choices you make could have dire consequences, because if I wasn't paying you for protecting me, what was I paying you for? Farah turns around and goes, I hate this. I hate this so much. Yeah, very timely. I promise I wrote this quest before Loki started. I've had this...
So think of it this way, Captain. What would you rather her pay us for? Protecting her or something else?
I don't know. Nothing. So, what? We just charge in there, rescue this crew from whatever immense danger is within, and then come back out? Allegedly, yes. That is how things should play out.
I've become very good at breaking the maze.
Jack gestures down. See, this is why this must be why I hired you. You're all clearly very capable. I wouldn't have brought you onto this if you hadn't been the right ones for the job. And Farrah's just like,
We are pretty awesome, Captain.
No, I know we're awesome. I hate this. I hate this so much. And Jack says, well, I'm going in, and I'm not going to pay you if you don't come. And she runs back off. And Fergus, but turns to Halifax. If we're in this, I'd rather us split up as little as possible.
According to the survivor we found, may not be our choice.
Great. Cool. Then someone's staying out here.
Yes.
I'm not letting you guys go in there without me. I'm not leaving my crew behind like that.
That is fair. That is because you are an excellent captain.
I would prefer to have Vexius and Hugo stay, obviously. And
Hugo would prefer that too.
Someone to protect them, either Merrick or Gammon. And then I think the rest of us, the more the merrier, we're gonna need all the help we can get, apparently. Yeah.
Where's Silas?
That's a good question. I'm sure glad you asked it.
Is he gone?
You haven't seen him in a minute. You don't know where Silas is.
Oh no. Anyway.
Do you ask that in game, by the way, or no?
Yes. Where is Silas?
She goes, son of a bitch. Merrick!
Motherfucker!
Goes, yeah. Where have you seen Silas? He's right here. Silas walks out of the ship, waves, points to Talon, but quickly then to Merrick, then to Silas. He goes, nobody scare me like that. Don't do that. Silas
to be
goes,
fair, there's only one direction he could have gone.
I mean, there is a vast empty, desert planet, outside of this, so fair, I guess. Okay. Silas goes, 1 second. So, wait, hang on, I think it's the wrong voice. That was the wrong voice, sorry. So, What's this little sojourn going? This doesn't look like civilized society. The ship's fueled. Can't we just go?
There are people in danger that require help.
And Farrah sort of narrows her eyes and goes, 1 second. Quick powwow. Brings you guys together. I don't want Silas ruining anything, but I also don't want Silas left with very few people watching him on the ship. We have...
So saying if we lose him in the maze, it's not even any casualty?
Enemies closer. I'm not opposed to it.
I'm fine.
Silas, you're coming with us. And he goes, excuse me? You started on our ship. That means we got you out. You're coming with us. Into the automated death labyrinth? Yes. Okay.
That easy?
Doesn't seem like I have too much of a choice here. I figure you guys want to get out of it too, so gonna bank on that one.
Then?
He's very sound logic.
Might we suggest a bit of payment to kind of encourage him to come? So he's not too much of an asshole for all this?
She's gonna say, all right, if all of us, to Silas, make it out alive, every single one of the crew makes it out alive, 2 creds. He goes, seems fair. And then Farrah kind of turns around and goes, at least this way he has to pretend to care about us, and stomps off towards the castle. Okay. The crew, who, I won't let you guys decide this one. Not Ro and Halcyon, you aren't there. Halifax and Talon. Do you want to bring Gammon or do you want to bring Merrick?
Merrick, please.
As you were kind of having that conversation, Gammon is just the most hurt puppy dog. Gammon goes, wait, you guys are going into a death labyrinth and I can't come?
You're going to ruin his whole week.
No, it's cool. I'll watch the ship. I got it.
Look at Merrick and just give him a look that's like, should...
No, this is the right call. You're good, he says. The last thing he kind of, while Gammon's like sort of dejectedly walking back to the ship, goes, the last thing we need in a place that's always changing where we're not supposed to split up is someone who's going to charge blindly into everything.
Unless that's exactly what we need.
Okay.
Well, and you're not one to talk right now.
That could possibly be point of entire labyrinth.
I hate you so much right now. Stop. Stop it. There's a lot of trouble already. Please stop.
Farrah, Talon, Halifax, Jack, and Merrick return to Ro and Halcyon. Jack says, all right, are we ready to go then?
Yeah, I believe so. We just finished setting up our camp here and getting back some readings. Ro, you understand these readings way better than I do. You're muted. You're still muted.
You're still muted.
Should I still be doing should it be doing a full assessment or?
Yes. Let's go ahead and assess. This is using what kit are you using here?
I'm using a survey kit. So
phenomenal.
basically, I have a bunch of tripods set up with linking them up to do like a triangulation scan. Insert jargon here of at the very least, this place that we are in right now, I'm serving for anything and everything and trying to map it. So
Okay, absolutely. Go ahead. Let's map out this labyrinth.
I am going to also be activating my survival skill, which is when I do survey an area, anything other than the most devoid landscapes, I can also find things like food, water, medicine, shelter, and melee weapons. Basically, any random objects that might be hidden, like little things. If there are any caches or anything like that, we should at least have an idea of where they are.
Yeah, hit me up. I love this. Guys, I'm going to take a quick pause. Hang on, let's get this in number first.
Sure. So that's 6 and 1, 7, plus 2, 9.
9. Okay, mixed success.
Yeah.
So no data points, no advantages, but your skill still pops.
Yes.
You get... First, sorry, I want to take a quick moment to thank that we're playing literally any system other than D&D, so I don't need to physically map out a giant labyrinth.
So I want you to imagine like my little camp stool like opening thing, and then a 3D grid starts unfolding from it, and so we get that little ping running across, and then the repeated pings and all the little red symbols. That's us.
This place is huge. You get various caches, you get various things, but there's something else off-putting about it, which is something that you may have been able to guess, or if not, learn in short order, but it is not stationary. The interior workings of this place are shifting. It is a constant... It's not often, it's not every part at once, but it is a shifting landscape. This place has the ability to remap itself when it wishes, or when whoever is behind this wishes, whatever the case may be. The labyrinth is not fully stationary. That said, there are some hot spots which do seem pretty set in stone. There are... You heard the Kelsar you're with, VaTze, told you there's places where there is some food if you get lucky enough. You find the supply, the storerooms. You find the emergency first aid kits, the weapons caches. This used to be a society, a civilization for something. And the other main thing you learn from this thing is that, sure enough, the same scans that the captain from the other ship claimed to find, there is a fairly immense, and you couldn't, from space, it was hidden deep within the walls of this, but now that you're through the exterior shell of the castle, there is a fairly immense energy reading coming from the center. There's some machinery at the center that is the core of this place that is working overtime. It is not something you recognize. It is not this is just a power generator. This is something big. It's something that's probably very valuable if you get to it. It may also be what's controlling this place, but that's unclear. It's just the obvious theory. That's what you're looking at. As for how to get to any of these places, you would need basically constant eyes on this to keep people apprised of how to get to certain places in the labyrinth.
It's been one of the skills that I wanted to pick up at some point, which is heads up display, which is the technocrat skill, which allows you to keep in contact and actually get involved with people over communications. But it's not yet. Because we didn't level up.
Well, the session's almost done, so maybe you haven't. Maybe you'll we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
I don't think we leveled up or did experience.
I'm glad we're just scraping the surface of this, because everyone would be heartbroken if they missed the space horror. But okay. You have that now. So I guess the question is, what is your plan here? I think Jack is sort of sitting in a squat looking at this massive kind of grid system, kind of scanning it, doing their own scan on your scan, finishes it and goes, all right, there. Upload it to the little screen thing they have. And they go, that map is on this now. So as long as we keep this with us, we should be able to keep an eye on it.
And I stop her and I point, and as I'm pointing, I follow a piece of the map that moves. And I'm like, your map is already out of date, I'm afraid.
Fascinating and wonderful. Well, we'll at least know where some of the hotspots are. And kind of does some tweaks, taps, moves some things around. There. Shows Now, it tracks life signs, so even if the map doesn't make sense, we'll at least know where everyone else is. Speaking of, she does that to yours as well, and you see some other pings from within. There's more than the 3. There's extra life signs in there of either other people who are trapped in there or more crew that was not mentioned. But there's 5 dots in there right now. 5 life signs, aside from you guys standing at the door.
Right.
Shall we?
What was the survivor we found's name?
VaTze is the...
VaTze.
Mhm.
VaTze, in your time here so far, have you run into any other beings besides your crew?
No, just the crew. There were more of us. One of us, we saw fully die.
My condolences.
They
What
tried.
happened?
They tried to get through a door that was closing, to make it so they didn't get separated from the rest of us, and they got separated from themselves. And that's the nicest way I know how to put it. Don't get in the way of the closing doors. You will not hold them open.
Okay. Excellent
Noted.
to know.
Okay? So, Jack
All
says,
right. So,
this is the most waiting I've done in potentially my entire starfaring career. I'm ready to go. What's our first destination? I'm fascinated to learn.
which way is closest other life sign?
You take a quick look at the map as it stands, because again, it doesn't shift super readily, but you do see a way to get to... Excuse me.
Goodness me.
Sorry.
What's that?
Ooh, there was no stopping that one. You do see a way to get to a life sign that is not terribly far from you. That is, like, if you find a basically path, it looks like that small long chamber I told about is actually some sort of, like, transportation thing. It's like a little, like, train thing that'll, like, take you farther. Because, again, there's many, many, many miles in this place. They have ways to get around more quickly. So it looks like if you get in that, should take you close to the nearest life sign.
Okay, that's probably our best bet there.
Oh, it goes, wonderful! And Jack immediately...
Anyone
charges
have
in.
any objections?
No.
Many, but we're already here. So.
Onward then.
So, just I guess as a final question, as we're loading up, we're like loading into this kind of shuttle thing. Ask. You guys went in armed, right?
Yes. And at this point, actually, she has a like weapon that you can. I didn't mention that's on me, but she has like a rifle on her back.
Okay. All right. You didn't encounter anything that required the use of that, right? Like,
No.
and nothing objected either. There weren't any countermeasures in place specifically.
No,
Just
not other
checking.
than the doors.
I've grown very fond of this crew, but they do tend to really, really like shooty things and stabby things and shooting and stabbing things.
We left Gammon on
So-
the ship, Merrick says.
There's still a little bit less shooting, but still. And then I stop. Wait, what? Really? You left him on the ship? Oh, the poor guy's
He's watching over Hugo and Vexius.
The poor guy's gonna be heartbroken. This is gonna break his heart.
That's what
No,
I said. It's
Um,
ruining his whole week, I bet.
Merrick says yes, but it may also save his life.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're the one to talk about. You're the one that almost shot a captain of the United Multiverse. So...
Wait. I only have a stunner. And it's registered.
Hello? Jack called out from inside. My thumbprint isn't working on this this door. If someone wants to come do this one for me.
Okay, all right. Stomp over.
Everybody troops after,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Although this does mean that she won't be running away from us anymore. She'll have to wait until somebody opens the door for her.
It does seem that she is begrudgingly, like, kind of antsily back and forth, foot to foot, doing that. As you guys approach this next thumb pad, which would open the door into this this kind of like metro, like monorail looking thing. She gestures. Anyone else?
I'll do it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Halifax, you step forward. Slides open. VaTze very quickly moves on. There's sort of a hurriedness of like wanting to get through the door as quickly as possible. It's definitely trauma related. And you guys, yes.
Can I try to jam it open?
You before crossing into it?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to roll expertise again. This one I'm gonna have you roll for.
Oh my god.
And for reasons that you'll know in a second, I'm gonna have you do this at disadvantage.
Okay.
This will make sense in a sec.
That's fine.
Will it?
Yep.
At disadvantage?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Drop highest.
Don't make the mistake I made last time where I thought I did really good, but it was actually shit.
No, that was funny. That was really funny.
It's
10.
okay.
Oh, wait, no, 4.
I rolled a 4, 5, and a 6. So that makes it
Damn!
11.
11.
Nice.
As everyone goes in, you're the
Expertise,
last
right?
one. Yeah.
11.
You go to do your business on this, and the door immediately starts to close. You gravity jam in it, gets stuck halfway, and forces itself back open since it cannot close any further. It was very much trying to shut you out, it looks like. But you managed to keep the thing open entirely. You getting on the train?
Back door.
As you get onto the train, the door tries to close again. It's not going anywhere. And so finally the train just and starts to zoom you guys deeper into Castle Erendi. And I think that's what we're going to call it for the night.
Yay!
We will come back to this clusterfuck in 2 weeks.
Yay.
Josh.
Yes?
Thank you for fulfilling my dream of putting me into a Doctor Who episode.
This is legitimate.
Yes.
So I've been advertising this to my friends to try and bring people in. This is very much the Doctor Who arc. This is very much the Doctor Who inspired minisode. 100%. I'm not subtle. I knew when I was creating the lore of Paradox Jack that's what this would be about. For those viewers at home, I gave everyone a bunch of like folklore, and Paradox Jack is one of the universally known ones. And the lore, and I'm comfortable to sharing this with everyone because I think it makes it a little more fun, is that lots of people through time have claimed to be Paradox Jack, and no one is necessarily true or not, because Paradox Jack is a time traveling, space jumping lunatic. Paradox Jack appearing as different people in different places at different time or at the same time is not unheard of for what the legend tells. So even though no one may actually be the real Paradox Jack, plenty of people have taken on the mantle of Paradox Jack, and that's kind of how the folklore goes. For a long time, like, I'm gonna wait till it's later in the campaign, and I realized like everything we do is gonna be dope. So I might as well just drop the fun stuff. What am I waiting for? So I decided to drop Paradox Jack now because I want to have fun with it, and it's fun. Nice. So tell your friends, tell your Doctor Who loving friends to come by in 2 weeks. I'll do a nice recap and we'll dive into it. Yes, Dan.
We never did advancement tracks from the last session.
Let's double up advancement tracks and see where we get. So we did advancement tracks off camera last time, I believe, right? Or
we started to.
We did end up doing, I think.
We never officially did it. Raid!
No, we did.
Wait, did we just get a raid now? Or are we raiding someone?
No, we should rate someone.
Oh, we will raid someone, but let's do advancement first. I was gonna say, that would be a really bad time to get a raid.
We did the advancement track off camera last time. I'm almost positive.
So
I remember doing it in our Discord chat.
How many
I
more?
don't think I didn't track the experience points from that, and I don't think everybody participated in that.
So let's take care of that now.
What? How many experience points should we be at before doing one then? One? Okay, then I did record it.
And how many experience points do we then now need to level up now that we're doubling the amount of time for this level?
10.
10. Okay, so
10?
because we're doubling the length we need. So if you would have needed 5, you now need 10.
So does that mean if we already, like, if one of them is fulfilled, we pick a new one?
No, you still.
It's only when you level up.
Correct.
It's only when you level
So
up.
when you level up, we pick a new track. So let's go through it. We'll do each person for both episodes at the same time. Dan, let's start with you.
So I had a solution leverages gravity, which definitely happened last session.
Last time succeeded, yes, because we literally had gravity. And this time I would say no, not yet.
No.
So just the one for that. Sean?
Last time a word starts or ends a fight.
Yes.
That last time it happened. This time, no.
Not so
I don't
much.
think that we had any chances of really getting into a fight this time around. So
Not
I mean,
yet.
it was mostly drama, interpersonal drama. It was sadness, not fighty fight.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Ethan.
A system's security is breached. That definitely happened last time.
Both times.
It kind of happened this time.
Absolutely,
too, yeah.
absolutely. So 2 points there, and Elle?
A broken law goes unpunished.
That happened last time for sure. Not this time yet. So, and does anyone remember what Aaron's track was? I think it got fulfilled last time.
Oh.
I mean, we can check our.
I'm fairly certain it got fulfilled last time, so why don't we just go ahead and mark 6. 6 experience for the 2 sessions, which will bring you up to 7. So 3 more to. So we should level up next time, is the hope.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and raid someone. There's a D&D channel called Total Party Chill that is streaming right now. So we're gonna go raid them.
That's a good name.
It's a great name.
I like that name. That's very clever.
Why can't I mute this ad? Thank you. All right, so guys, thanks for watching. Let's go raid a D&D thing that's going on, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. Y'all are terrific. That's all I've got.
Forget to close the stream this time.
Oh, I didn't even. Jermeeth, I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for writing to close the stream.
Yay!
Thank you for coming. Okay. Raiding, Total Party Chill, and it's going to take a few seconds for that raid to actually kick off, but it's going to be a good
To
time.
maintain the waving.
Keep waving. Everyone keep waving. And we're out.
Yeah, are we out this time for real? Because I went and watched the VOD, and we had a good 5 minutes of our post out discussion
We're out.
still on the VOD.